I'm here.
Shut up, fool. No, I'm playing. Well, this is automatically demonetized. Yo, what up, everyone? Welcome back to 2REAL4FEELS podcast, where we specifically don't give a fuck about your feelings. That's why I just told Oz to shut up. But today, I'm very giddy, guys, because I have more of my I'll use the socialist term right now. My cohorts, my comrades from the Killzone Shadowfall days. We have like almost the whole crew at this point. All we're missing is Striker. But
Yeah.
yo, it's crazy. Like this makes me very genuinely happy. But
Look at those pearly whites in this son of a bitch. Pearly whites.
But yo, it's really good to be here as always, and we have KingSink and Blake. Oh my god, yo, what's good with you, Sink? It's good to have you on.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, it is awesome. And Blake, how you doing with your amazing pupper as your profile picture? I really like that you're sporting that.
Right. I had to find something quick. He was just in the hall when I was walking, so.
I mean, clearly you're already the most favorite member on the podcast. Like, how can anyone deny a face like that?
We eliminated here.
Anything like that.
We can't have you both in here.
Right, you do.
Bro, my hair would be falling out. I'd be canceled. But then we have the usual suspects. We got TJ Complex. What's good with you, homie?
What's going on, man? It's another Thursday. We here.
Word. And last but certainly not least, the pain in the ass of the group, the one that I will be muting a lot tonight if he has background noise.
Nah.
Sorry today, Oz.
I'm okay.
That's what's up, man. Real quick, just want to say what's good, everyone. Where's the Paradise? He's numero uno. Thank you for coming through, bro. I really appreciate you. Dude makes great content too. I'd definitely be checking out what he's got going on. He definitely puts in a lot of work to his YouTube channel. So I definitely real respect, real. Doba Fett, always good to see you, bro. Neozoic, good to see you. I'm Man Rich Slaglord, what's good with you, bro? Always good to see you guys. And Alex vs. Evil. Y'all, man, these dudes always come through. I really appreciate y'all, seriously. And real quick, I just want to thank the channel members. I'm Man Rich Swaglord, Hustle and Motivate, Our Carry, Get This Work at 80 Limits. Really appreciate you guys for being members of the channel. And yeah, guys, let's just get into it. So typically, when I start the podcast, we usually get into what's everyone been playing lately or watching lately, since, you know, I do talk about more than just games here. So Zach, what you been playing lately? What you been watching? What has piqued your interest?
So I have been playing Hogwarts lately. I got it a little early. I got it last Tuesday. It's a pretty awesome game. Definitely feels like I'm Harry Potter from time to time.
Are you a Potterhead?
No.
No. I know you like RPGs. I know you're into RPGs. You kind of like you're into fantasy stuff. I know you're a big WoW fanatic.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. The combat's in it. It's phenomenal. You know, it's huge. The map is gigantic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anything else you've been playing lately?
No, I mean, no, to be honest with you, just that. Or you know what? I did. I went back and started playing Ghost of Tsushima again.
Ooh, I want that to come to PC so bad, bro. I've been dying to get that announcement. It's a fun ass game. So good.
Yeah. I went back and bought the director's cut because I only had it on the PS4, so I had to do it.
I didn't buy the director's cut because I'm like, no, I want the PC drop. I already have the physical copy. I don't need another physical copy, even though I collect, you know. Just give me the Steam drop, bro. Let me pick that up. That's what I'm waiting on. But TJ, what you been playing? What you been watching lately? What's piqued your interest, bro?
So, all right. So let me update. I don't know if I talked about this. I might have talked about this on the last podcast. My Dead Space save is cooked.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't play it anymore. Every time I load it up, like I can play the game, but it's not like playable to the sense that like I can accomplish anything. Like I'll walk through doors that are locked. Like it's weird. I fall every time I try to pick up an item, it falls through the floor. So I'm done with the game. So
Yeah.
I haven't really, I can't say I even started it yet, but like I loaded up Doom 2016. Everybody gives this game praises, so I'm finally giving it a shot. So I'm
yeah.
playing that, and then Like a Dragon Ishin comes out next Tuesday, so I'll be on that, and that'll have my undivided attention. In terms of what I've been watching, so I've seen A Knock at the Cabin,
Okay. What you think of it?
and so A Knock at the Cabin is an interesting movie. The one, I don't know if I can say, basically in terms of the movie and it being an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and usually his, stereotypical, like there's a twist. With this movie, there is no twist. So just if you happen to see it, however you see it, just whatever is happening, just see what's happening and realize that there's no twist to it. It's just what's happening. So it'll be interesting if you choose to watch it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Batista was decent overall. I think I give him credit for at least attempting different roles as opposed to being the same guy every movie like a certain other wrestler that is popular at this time. But overall, I think the movie was solid. I say
Do you think Batista
What?
is a potential star, as they keep saying that he's definitely a star. He has star power. He's the best WWE turned actor out there. Even saying he's the best, period, like better than Rod Piper and all that. Like they be reckless out here with that.
I'm not going that far, but what I will say is if he continues to show like different range, he could make a case for himself. And I think he's trying that, so I'll give him credit for that because he at least is doing other roles that are, oh, I'm an action star, guns, explosions, and everything. Like he's trying to expand on his range of roles that he can get into.
I do think he's pretty funny.
Yeah,
he is funny. I think Drax is one of the best characters in Guardians. Like he's funny.
I think John Cena is one role away from being a great actor.
You never know. I mean, I don't think he's bad. I'm not crazy about him either, but I'm
because there's certain things that he's done. That there's that one Marine movie. It was really good. It was like an army type movie. It was really good. And Suicide Squad was actually really good. No. It was a more recent movie.
You're not talking about the Marine movie you did, are you?
No. It's another movie. But Suicide Squad, you sound like a fucking, what the hell? What the fuck was that? Happy Squirrel? What the fuck was that? All right. What the fuck was that? I mean, but the Suicide Squad movie was good. And the other comedic shit he's done is good. We'll look that fast. The comedic shit he's good. So,
gotcha. Real quick. Oh yeah. Real quick, I just want to say shout out to Eastern Conference Gaming. Really cool dude, man. I'm glad to see you here. Always good to see you. And also Sailor Mercury. Good to see you. So I feel like John Cena has more rage than Modern Rock.
He does.
I think they're all competing for that, at least amongst like the current like state of wrestlers turned actors. I think that they're all competing for that top spot. I can at least appreciate that.
I think John Cena is more likable, just by eye view.
He's always been
The Rock,
like sort of that.
I mean, everybody knows The Rock. I mean, Rock's gonna be The Rock for forever. I don't give a fuck what he tries to be himself. I mean, he's The Rock. That's it. He's Dwayne Johnson. That's The Rock.
Yeah.
People don't even call him Dwayne Johnson. Oh, it's The Rock.
Words of Paradise brings up a great point. He said John Cena can't be a great actor today. I think he says, do you mean can or can't? Because I feel like if you accidentally said that, wrong. Like I think John Cena can be a great actor in today's climate because that would require he can't be a great actor. It required great skips. I got you. which Hollywood is producing, he'll need something that isn't cape shit. This is true.
Yeah.
I mean, like given, I don't think that there are just no stars anymore. Like that doesn't really exist in modern day. He has his name, and you know, I think that it doesn't take much in modern day to be considered great, at least amongst people that haven't watched anything past like you know, the early 2000s, sadly. And unfortunately, I keep meeting more and more of those people, like people that haven't watched Scorsese films, that have like, it's crazy to think that they have like a lot of like modern moviegoers, like young heads, haven't seen like some of the greatest films ever made. But Oz,
I think
what you
he's
been
more
playing?
popular. I've been playing a lot of shit. I've been playing. I just beat and finished Hi-Fi Rush.
How do you like it?
It's a really fucking awesome game. I think it's the best Xbox exclusive since for Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a hot take.
Is that like the only two?
Yeah.
Halo Infinite sucked out. I mean, okay, Halo. Did that collect? Come down, bro. Oh fuck! God damn. Okay. I mean, damn.
I'm just gonna keep doing it just because I know it's getting to you.
You piece of shit. Halo Infinite sucked cock. I mean, no, okay, it wasn't horrible. The multiplayer was fucking lackluster as all fuck. They dropped the ball at the big times.
We were just like, man, finally a game we can all play together.
The campaign is not the best one, but it's good. It's good for what it is. I had a lot of fun playing it. The gameplay was there. Like the game mechanics and how it's like the gunplay was fucking awesome. It's just a lot of the fucking key features. It should have been there since day one. Like the four player co-op should have been there. It should have been there day one. Come on, man.
Look at Doga.
It should have been there.
Throwing shade at me. The worst are young people who haven't seen Ghostbusters. But he's just kidding.
Yeah, that's right.
I haven't seen Ghostbusters.
I would try to tell her for years to watch Ghostbusters.
It's happening this Sunday, and you get to watch my natural reaction, my first time watching Ghostbusters reaction live.
You can watch one of the greatest comedic movies of all time.
I don't remember Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I've never actually seen it. It's one of those things where it's eluded me. But what else you been playing, Oz?
I've been watching The Last of Us with you guys, and the recent episode was actually really, really, really good.
We're gonna get into that definitely. Topic of discussion.
What the hell else have I been playing? Waiting for next week for Atomic Heart. I can't wait.
You haven't played Atomic Heart yet, sir.
It's not out yet. I think it's gonna be good. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
You're muted.
I'm muted.
No, not you.
Oh.
I'm excited for that Atomic Heart.
What the fuck else have I been playing? I've been dabbling back into some wrestling.
You were supposed to play Madden with me yesterday. Oh, want to play it? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm just.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, Madden. I'm just gonna go, go to the bathroom real quick, then we can have a match together. And then you just disappeared, and when I was gone for only 2 minutes.
Oh God. What the fuck I don't know. I was playing summon somewhere. I don't know.
All right,
we'll play. We'll play Madden too.
I'm playing
Madden. Oh yeah.
Next.
Hold on, wait. By the way, the Eagles fucking blew it. You blew it. You had the game won. You won, you dumb fucks. You can't win the World Series. You can't win the Super Bowl. Stop it.
Good.
You suck.
You know what? As someone who lives in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia deserves nothing but failure. Philadelphia itself is one enormous.
You had the game won. You had the game won.
Nothing but disappointment, okay?
How do you drop the ball? You had the fucking. We even took out the damn quarterback and we still lost. We took out the quarterback and we still lost. How the hell? I mean, granted, for what it's.
I just removed him. He's too much. Blake,
He's in timeout.
he's already in timeout. Blake, what you been playing and what you been watching? What's piqued your interest lately,
Hello?
sir? Shut up, Oz.
It was a painful loss. It was a
I think Blake stepped away. You put Blake to sleep, bro.
he sleeps all
I'm
the
here. I'm
fucking
here.
time.
I'm here. I'm here.
Blake, what you been playing? What you been watching? What has piqued your interest lately, sir?
Dick.
Well, I've been playing recently. What was it? Hogwarts, Harry Potter.
Yes.
But I gotta still get into it or whatever. I'm not gonna lie. I've been stalling with it. So I'm gonna say I've been lagging a little bit with it. So I'm gonna say besides that, well, before getting into that, I finished Dead Space.
Ooh,
And that shit
nice,
was
nice.
fire.
Yeah,
that was
that's
fun.
what's up, man. That's great.
You
That's
know,
cool.
that was my first time actually. Like, you know, I would go over to some friend's house and see it back in the day or whatever like that. But I never owned the first one, so
Mm,
it's pretty good to try this one out. The remake, it was pretty good. Other than
that's
that,
what's up.
not too much. Not too much. Just the Hogwarts thing, which I got to get into. I'm definitely trying to get into it tonight if I don't fall asleep.
Word. Well, so for me, I've been playing Hogwarts. That's been like my go-to. Obviously, we've been watching The Last of Us. Me, TJ, Ozzknot typically watch it together, unless something happens to come up. Like that last episode 5 coming out on Friday, just fucked our whole like thing we had going on with our little watch party. But it's whatever. But yeah, that's been what I've been watching. I started playing Wanted Dead, which I'm gonna give a brief my thoughts in a moment on. Yeah, hey, look.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get laughed out of my own podcast.
Go ahead, man.
Ooh, yeah, game of the year, folks. Game of the year. All right.
Let's just knock that out real quick. So
Uh-huh.
I was actually interested in Wanted Dead because it kind of checked off all the things I like when it comes to video games. I like gory shit. I love like the whole cyberpunk look of it was interesting to me. It did look dated. It looked like a dated game, but I'm like, the gameplay looks pretty aight. So full disclosure, I got a free copy from the devs in exchange for basically making content or discussing it. That's pretty much all there is to it. So the game is available on PC, PS4 and 5, and Xbox /gen and series consoles. I got a copy for the PS5, and the best way that I can explain Wanted Dead is that one of two things had to have happened here. Either one, this game was rescued from a time capsule that had been buried for at least 20 years. Or two, the developers for Ninja Gaiden were placed in a cryogenic state for 20 years and then were told to make a video game. They basically, in 2003, they were put into cryogenic sleep. And then they were broken out in like 2022 or something. And they're like, yeah, make a video game. And they were just like, okay, we'll make it, by 6th gen standards, which is all we really know. And so we got Wanted Dead. And with that, it's everything that you would expect from a 6th generation title, which is actually one of the things that they advertised for the game. The only way they actually failed on this front was by the pricing. Because if you remember, 6th gen was the $50 price tag and not the $60 price tag, which they happened to price this game at. So yeah, the best thing I could say about it is that I love the gore. I love the beheadings and cutting people in half and limbs just flying everywhere. I absolutely adore that. That's what actually kind of drew me to it. The character designs, I like the concept of the designs, but like the way they carry out like the visuals, it looks dated. The cutscenes look like what are they called? The cutscenes that aren't in game, like well, they're basically cutscenes that are not in game. They look very representative of OG Xbox and PS2 cutscenes. The game, it's like one of those things where the hack and slash is not great, but it's not bad either. It's like, the performance is, for the most part, from the areas I played in, it's okay. There'll be some little areas where the performance dips a little bit. It runs better than a lot of games that come to PC these days, even though it's a bit shaky in its own right. What else can I say about it? I could tell that it's highly inspired by Ghost in the Shell. I think that's what kind of drew me to it, but its execution isn't necessarily the best. And this is with about 4 hours of playtime thus far. So this is my first impression. It's not exactly a review. So yeah, that's what I think of it. Do I think that it's a terrible garbage game? No. I feel as though if I was 11 years old back in the day, I would absolutely love this game, and I would go about into my adulthood saying it's one of my all-time favorite games if it came out when I was 11 years old. By modern standards, it doesn't hold up. But I think there's some interesting things about it, but it's not worth its price tag of $60, if I'm being completely honest with you guys.
Are you going to actually like put out like a gameplay video of you talking about the game even further?
Oh, no. I don't think that I possibly can.
Nah, I think you should.
You should.
You're interested in that? A game that you
matter of fact, you should, like the way you start off the podcast eating popcorn, you should just have the gameplay playing and just eat popcorn. Don't even say anything. Just do that.
I actually have like a clip to post of like the executions. I do like the executions of the game. It's kind of brutal. And I will say the voice acting for this game is very representative of the PS2 era of voice acting.
Oh.
They're very dedicated to 6th gen. Yes, almost in every way dedicated to 6th gen. I will say though the voice acting is absolutely dreadfully bad, some of the things they say are crazy to say the least. It's interesting to see what these characters are going to say, even though the delivery feels like they were recording this from like a 10-year-old like iPhone or something.
Didn't you say the marketing was towards 6th gen though?
Yes.
Maybe that's what they were going for.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, if this game came out on OG Xbox, it would have been one of my favorite games back then. Now, by the fact that, the way standards are in terms of like gameplay and stuff, this game is janky. It has that old school jank to it. Some people don't mind that. It is very reminiscent of the old days. So, I mean, take that for what you will. I don't think it's the worst game ever, but it definitely has a lot of strange The thing is, for me, I still play PS2 games. Like, I will fire a PS2. So, like, I'm okay with games that feel like that because I'm kind of used to playing them. I'm not used to, however, spending $60 on them in modern day. I didn't personally pay that, but I know a lot of people are kind of interested in the game, and that is the price tag. So, leave that, it's up to you guys if you want to play a 6th gen game. But yeah, that's basically my overall thoughts on Wanted Dead. I think it's a great game if it came out on the original Xbox or on PS2. So. But real quick, sadly, one of the individuals that I grew up watching passed away. Raquel Welch, sadly. So just wanted to give a shout out to Raquel Welch. I was actually reading her biography on IMDb. I just thought it was so I thought it was funny, but also like cool the way it's written. So I'm just gonna read that real quick. They said you know what? Let me actually bring up. I'm going to bring up Raquel Welch because, well, I mean, if you don't know her by name, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this picture at some point or another because it was honestly one of the most popular pinup pictures of all time. If you've watched Shawshank Redemption, you will definitely.
Nope, never saw it.
You never seen Shawshank Redemption, where he has this particular poster up on the wall because 1960s it was Raquel Welch.
Never saw it.
Yeah, unfortunately, she passed away at the age of, I believe, 82. And here's her IMDb: a new reigning 60s international sex symbol took to the cinematic throne as soon as Raquel Welch emerged from the sea of her purposely depleted furry historic bikini, which is this pinup picture, tantalizing, wet with her garb clinging to all the right Amazonian places. 1 million years BC, which is what I know her for, which came out in 1966, if nothing else, captured the hearts and libidos of modern men. Not so not to mention their teenage sons while producing the most definitive and best-selling pinup poster of that time. After a major dry spell following the death of Marilyn Monroe in 1962, the opera-mannered Miss Welch effortlessly assumed Marilyn's place and forever wiped away the notion that enduring sex goddesses can only be in one form, bottled blondes. So I thought that was funny. I wanted to read it. But yeah, I remember watching 1 Million Years. Stop pressing your controller buttons, god damn it.
I can't help it, I got fat thumbs.
Fuck you, bitch. You're muted. But yes, I grew up, I remember I was a little kid. I would watch 1 Million Years BC with my dad. Obviously, my dad watched it for Raquel Welch. However, would watch it for the stop motion fucking dinosaur battles. Yes, 1 Million Years BC is like the most non-historically accurate fun film that I remember watching as a kid. So yeah, it's really sad that Raquel Welch passed away. Just wanted to make a quick mention of that. Have you ever seen any of Raquel Welch's flicks, guys, or no?
Nah. I've seen that picture before, but I can't say that I've seen anything she's been in.
Yeah, she'd actually play in like a lot of like old school westerns. She's actually starred alongside people such as like James Dean. I mean, not James Dean. Dean Martin. Excuse me. I can't think of other people.
I've seen Legally Blonde.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah. Also, like Donald, she was in a flick with Donald Pleasance called Fantastic Voyage. That is a really wacky 60s sci-fi flick. And let me see. She's also been in a film with man, I can't think of the name of the film. I've seen a few of her films, but 1 Million Years BC will always be the most memorable. She's done a lot of westerns. I will say, like, though she's regarded as like the biggest sex symbol of the 1960s, she also played a lot of roles as a badass female character. Like a lot of westerns where she wasn't just being like the cute girl. Like she would actually like be shooting and shit. She's pretty badass for a time. So just wanted to give a quick shout out to Raquel Welch, who sadly passed away this past week. So yeah, but moving on to what I think is at least a little more interesting is the Nintendo Direct, guys.
Oh, brother.
What did you guys happen to? You know what? Let's just name off what they showed at the Direct.
Do you have you have a list of? Because we watched it together, but I don't remember everything. Was it, or did they have something else recently?
Oh no, it was just that particular Direct. What do you guys think of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? The game is confirmed to be $70. They did show a trailer for it. Generally, what do you think about Zelda? I know you guys want to go. I don't really want to pick out of a hat. Zach, are you excited for Zelda? I think, right?
I'd buy it, whether it was
of course, you don't care. You don't care. You're just like, if it's there, I'm gonna buy.
I'm definitely getting it, 100%.
Yeah, Blake don't really care. You guys are definitely those. I don't give a fuck how much it costs if it's coming out and I'm interested in it.
It's my first game I ever played as a kid growing up. Got an N64, got Ocarina of Time. It was my go-to. I'm gonna buy it, whether it's shit or not.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and the first one was fire. One of my favorite games of all time.
Gotcha.
Which, by the way, too, I noticed some people was complaining about that the last one or whatever. Like some of the things they was complaining about the last one, and the ones before it, they had complaints with those saying it's like, oh, it's so too much the same. This that. It need to be more like this and this and that. So with Breath of the Wild, they answered those, those complaints.
Yeah.
It's just funny that people started like they complain about this and then they give you what you want, But I enjoyed part one so much that I'm definitely gonna be there.
Oh yeah, I remember you kind of disappeared for like a month when you got really into Breath of the Wild. But that's the stuff. I mean, look, I'm that type of person too. Like if I really, really want a game, I'll do what I have to do to get it. But I do think that the price tag is definitely, it's absurd. You know, it's just, at least give us a next gen version of the game and then charge 70. I mean, you know, at least you know, meet the consumer halfway. You know, you can't just say all of a sudden Switch games are going to be $70, even though
inflation.
I guess so. It's, you know, but it's just one of those things where it's like the game is obviously not going to run at locked 30, even though, well, you know, you expect a $70 game to run at 60 in modern day, right?
Yeah.
Or
higher.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously, like those options. So TJ, is you know, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom gonna finally convince you to invest in a Nintendo Switch?
Absolutely not. No. Not at all. No, it's not happening. Like, I will say, I'm not gonna be completely like pessimistic and act like the game is trash or anything. I do think what we've been shown so far looks good, but I've never been into the Zelda franchise, so that jumping into it now, it makes no sense. I've tried, you know, I tried Breath of the Wild, and I like the look of it. I like how the game plays, but I didn't finish it, so
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, I completely understand. I mean, the good thing about Zelda is that you can jump in at any point. Really, I think that's always been a great thing about Zelda in general. Now, in regards to this game, I'm not sure how that's going to work out, given, you know, it's technically a sequel. But I don't really think you really necessarily need to play Breath of the Wild to play Tears of the Kingdom, because that's just how Zelda always has been.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. Oz, you're muted, but thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom, sir? Okay, we're just gonna assume that Oz probably fell asleep. But real quick, just want to say, what is up, Hustle and Motivate? Always good to see you, bro. He also pointed out that
I went fall asleep.
Well,
Oh my god!
But real quick, let me just give a couple shout outs. So Hustle and Motivate brought up the fact that Raquel Welch was featured on Seinfeld as a guest, which, yes, that's true, definitely. And Joe Buffett said, I think one of the only things I saw Raquel Welch in was in Naked Gun 33 and Third. Yo, they have so many Naked Gun movies. Like, I forget. I've only seen like the first two, but then I know that there's at least one or two more after that. But I haven't seen those. But yes, definitely. Yeah, so in regards to Zelda, for me personally, I mean, I haven't even finished Breath of the Wild. That game is just so much. Like, it is so much. And I've
the completionist.
Oh my god, I'm so bad. Oh my god.
Das Boot.
You could be less Putin. Definitely could be.
You can't say anything. You see nothing. Listen, I hit the button. I fucking think I hit the button and everything. Fuck you. I hit the button. I did. I hit the button and everything. Fuck you.
I think you should collect yourself.
I can't, dude. Oh
my god. Yo, I'm pretty sure I've seen you in one of them like fucking 40s monster films.
These people outside with torches.
Oh my god. Yo, Trey, what's good, bro?
What's up,
Oh my
everyone?
god.
I don't know anymore, Dre.
My stomach
I don't
hurts, but
know.
it's not
How the
because of
fuck-
your face, it's because of laughing. Oh my god. Alright. Oh my god.
That's right.
Metroid Prime Remaster. What y'all think about Metroid Prime Remaster?
I don't fucking know.
See, now that I could talk about. So
Go for it.
I played a little bit of it on the GameCube originally. I didn't get to complete it. I don't remember why. I might have lost a disc or something, but just playing this version of it, the visuals look way better. It's at 60 frames.
Ooh.
They give you but in the original, I don't think you didn't have the option to be able to use the left and right analog originally. In this one you can. So I'd like that change. I could say that so far where I am right now in the game has been fun. So I've been enjoying myself. Like I said, it's 60 frames. The visuals are a little bit, much better than what it was on the GameCube. Gameplay is still the same. So if you enjoyed it, then nostalgia hits, you'll enjoy it now. So far so good.
That's what's up. Yeah, I've actually never played Metroid Prime. At some point I do want to. I'm probably just gonna wait. So from what I've heard, the rumor is that the trilogy has already been remastered, like years ago, but they just never ended up dropping it. So I feel as though they're just gonna drip feed this trilogy.
No,
for,
but
like,
here's the thing.
$4 piece.
So for 2 and 3, those are ports.
Really?
Yeah, so 2 and 3 are ports. This one is the only one they actually went back and updated the textures and the visuals and make it look like up to date for today. Those are actually going to be GameCube ports. I don't think they're doing anything for the visuals. It's literally, here's the second and third game. Congratulations. Go shoot yourself in the foot. No, I don't care. But it's like, yeah, they're literally being lazy in regards to Metroid Prime 2 and 3 because they're not updating the visuals.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing. I was really hoping that we would get like a whole trilogy collection that's like basically how they did the first game. That seems like a great thing that everyone would obviously want. It's not like these games. It's not like Sony that wants to remake Horizon Zero Dawn after it just came out a few years ago. No,
Right.
These are like older titles that need a proper facelift, and they should go all the way with each one of them, especially since people actually, these titles are beloved, and when it comes to collecting Nintendo games, it's not possible for any person that is either sane or has bills and expenses. You can't collect old Nintendo games. You will just fuck yourself over.
What's the most recent, or what's the earliest somebody should remaster a game or remake it?
Well,
Maybe 10 years, maybe.
It depends. It's like for me, I think Dead Space was a good choice, specifically because the game was missed. It didn't really. I mean, obviously it had a direct port from Xbox, but not a lot of people actually, have access to that game. And that's like a good example that I bring up because, they just did a whole remake of The Last of Us when The Last of Us came out on PS3. Then it got a remaster on PS4. Like, the game wasn't missed, in my opinion, to warrant a whole remake, but I mean, coinciding it with this TV show that they have, I mean, apparently they've seen a lot of success from it. So I guess, hey, it doesn't necessarily have to make sense in regards to us as gamers, but it just makes sense to get normies on board.
I think with Horizon, the reason why they're remaking it is probably because they're either gearing up for a TV show or a movie. I think that's why they're remaking it. And they expect, CD Projekt Red has set the bar in terms of putting out their IP or some content in regards to a game and putting it in another medium and it having success in that medium and then that transferring over to gaming. So with that happening with the Last of Us TV show and now people are buying The Last of Us, I see Sony sees what's happening and they're going to utilize that as a means to drive more sales for this game. So they're going to do a remake of Horizon with either a movie or a TV series, boom, it's gonna see an uptick in sales because of the success of it, if it's successful, of course.
Gotcha. Yep. Words Paradise brings up a good point. He said remakes should only really happen to test the waters for continuing a franchise if it's been dead for a while, or if it's an absolute classic that has earned it, like Spyro Reignited. Completely agreed, man. I don't feel like you should just remake anything, even if it's just come out like 5 years ago. Like, that's crazy to me, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't really like the direction personally that Sony's been taking in regards to kind of just like focusing on making television and film. I mean, you know, some of it may not be so bad, but at the same time, I'm into PlayStation for games. I want new fun experiences. So, but
tell that to Xbox too, please.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of us have kind of given up on Xbox. I mean, to me, I say all the time, Xbox is just an app on my PC. I don't regard it as a console anymore. I don't think it's earned that privilege anymore. It has regressed itself to just simply being another one of my many apps on my PC. And it is what it is. You know, I can't be bothered with Xbox, man. They're just a pain in the ass. When the games come, and they come in, so I'm excited. We've gotten some things this year. I'm hoping this year is flame. So far, it's been pretty good. I have to give them props for that. But yeah, Metroid Prime Remaster looks pretty damn cool. I'm glad that they did a remaster of it. It sucks that apparently the other two games aren't going to get the same luxury. But man, this game has truly been missed, so I think that it was definitely warranted. And a lot of people are really happy with it. I heard it's a great port. That's what's up. At some point, I think I might pick it up when I do get a chance. I do want a physical copy of it. I know that's coming out like later this month or something like that, so that's cool.
Well, maybe they're doing it to maybe set us up for 4. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's
coming. Oh yeah, definitely. But when the hell is that game coming out is the question.
Like I said, maybe it's like a Paradise said, test waters. And not that it's gone to the wayside because Dread just came out not too long ago, but
yep.
Yeah.
Anybody interested in Advance Wars? That game got delayed. Like,
I actually was going to pre-order that game like a year or so ago. Then delayed,
after that war broke out, like they're just like, yeah, let's just delay this because it's not the good time to release a war game. And it's just like it's a cartoony. Exactly. It's like it's a cartoony ass game that's just called Advance Wars. It's not a big deal, y'all. Like, I don't know why they did that, but apparently now it's coming out. Pikmin 4 is cool. I played the first 2 Pikmin games, loved them. Pikmin 3 is okay. I think maybe I'm kind of growing out of it a little bit, but Pikmin 4 looks cool. I don't know if you guys are into that.
Nope. Not at all.
I'm into.
Wait, what?
Well, they have that Game Boy Advance and Game Boy thing.
Oh, Miyamoto was at the opening of the theme park today. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I heard about it, but I didn't look into it. I was so busy.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, he was a surprise, and he acted like he was a tourist. Like, sir, you can't be up here. And turns out it was Mr. Miyamoto. People went nuts.
That's cool. That's what's
and then Mario and Luigi like stood like next to him, like protecting him. You know, like it's dad. You know. And then he turns around and he goes, it's okay, boys. They didn't know. It was funny as hell.
Sailor Mercury saying Aloy better be hot in that Horizon live action, bro. They're gonna cast the chick that plays Ellie to play Aloy as well. So
they're gonna get Ronda Rousey, bro. Look at Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey will play Abby.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh man.
Nasty. It's probably right.
Sad.
You're probably right. Yeah.
Or worse, they'll dig up China's dead carcass to play Happy. Yikes! I'm sorry. Read the room, Cassie. No, I refuse. Octopath Traveler 2. Anybody interested in that?
I'd be interested in that.
Yeah. You played the first game?
Parts of it. I like the concept. I like what's it? Bravely Default and Octopath Traveler. I like both of those.
Yeah, that's what's up. The one game that me and TJ were like, oh, this is kind of cool is Deca Police, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that game looks pretty cool. I mean, like it's like a turn-based RPG. I like the
detective
art
game.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, it's
That
pretty
is
cool. Yeah, I think that you would like that too, Sync. That to me was the highlight, something new, fresh. It's made by Level 5, so I thought Level 5 was in some kind of trouble. Given what we've heard about them the past couple of years, like their games. I forget what that franchise they're doing, but I heard those games never did sell particularly that well. So I guess they kind of went back to the drawing board what they're doing, and they apparently announced Deca Police, and I'm super interested in that. I think that looks really cool.
The Dead Cells.
What's up?
The Dead Cells Return to Castlevania.
Yeah.
Okay.
That looked pretty sweet.
It did look pretty sweet.
I never played Dead Cells, but people love it from what I heard.
Yeah.
I have played Dead Cells. It's a roguelike, so if you don't like roguelikes, you're definitely not gonna like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard it's great for what it is, though. I mean, they drop also some DLC for like Splatoon 3. That Samba game, Samba of Amigo, Party Central. Like, I don't know. Yeah, like that kind of stuff is like, They got some DLC for what's that fucking RPG that dropped?
Which one? Chrono. Where's it at? Xenoblade Chronicles?
Yes.
Or not Chronicles.
Apparently they bring back the original crew from the original game from what I saw.
Oh, Shulk?
Yeah, I saw Shulk and I'm like, oh shit, that's pretty cool.
That is sweet.
Yeah, so I mean there's definitely some interest.
Huge.
Huh?
The game is huge.
I know. All of those games are huge.
You mean all the games. All the open world games.
But look, man, it's one of those things where we're coming towards the end of the Switch life cycle. At least they're managing to drop another Zelda before who knows what else. But I think most of us are just waiting to see what is next for Nintendo. These games, some of them look interesting, but I'm kind of like, I want better hardware.
You see what the Steam Deck can do, right? So I mean,
yeah, exactly.
It can't be that hard.
Exactly, man. Like if they really wanted to, they could definitely. And they were gonna come out with like a Switch Pro model, but they canceled because of the COVIDs, apparently. So that sucks that we didn't actually get to see a Switch Pro, because I'm sure a lot of us would have considered indulging, especially if it meant getting a Breath of the Wild sequel that was, reaching for the stars, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, and the fact that it was like rumored to have actually existed, but then they decided not to, it makes it kind of crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the remasters. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but they had like remasters for these really old school JRPG games on the GameCube, and that's cool. Definitely,
yeah, I do recall that. Yeah.
Yep. So that's pretty cool. I think Blake is coming through. So, Blake, any final thoughts on the Nintendo Direct?
You're
just waiting on that Zelda.
Yeah, I'm mainly just waiting on the Zelda game. That's basically it.
No, I'm Ash. You gonna buy Metroid Prime, the remaster?
Yeah, I do want to get that.
Yeah, that shit's sick. I heard it's really good port too, so that's what's up. I heard that they did a lot of work on it.
Did they have a Metroid? Did they have a Metroid Prime 2 for the GameCube?
Yeah, there was the 2 and 3 that existed.
It's on Wii U, I believe. I mean, Wii, excuse me.
Nah, I thought it was. You sure? Because because I played one back in 04. I know I had one of. I thought
that was the original. You played the original then.
Let me see something.
I'm looking it up. Let's see. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes is an action-adventure RPG developed by...
Did it come out 04?
It is for the GameCube, yeah.
04?
I thought it was a Wii game. Yep, 04.
Oh, he might... Hey, he's right.
Yep, good shit.
Okay. So I think it's that one that I played.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it came out. It was a cross-gen game, so it came out on GameCube and Wii.
Okay, so y'all were both right.
Well,
Okay.
I said he just simply said he played it on the GameCube. I said I was thinking it didn't even come out on GameCube. So Blake's right. I'll take this L.
Oh my god. Yeah, because I thought the one that they just remastered was the one I did play, and then Jazz looked it up earlier, and I was like, I know I got that game in 04.
Yeah. Yeah. Sailor Mercury said Pokemon Violet proved the Switch hardware is too limited to handle it. To be honest with you, like the Pokemon devs, I just think that they're a bunch of crackheads at this point. I'm sorry. I know that comes off as disrespectful, but I feel as though all of those games could be so much better if anybody else made them. I'm sorry. I just don't think that they're very competent. Either they are just overworked because they do have to come out with games like on a yearly basis. I totally understand that. Or they just refuse to improve. Ever since moving to the 3D into 3D, I just don't think Pokemon is nearly as good as it used to be. I'd rather them go back to 2D and actually make good 2D games. That's how I feel personally. I don't think it's necessarily a Switch thing. I just think it's more so their development team is under, overworked, understaffed, something.
What if they did like a Pokemon Coliseum or like Gales of Darkness again? That'd be
just
awesome.
give me a port, man. I would love those freaking games, those GameCube games ported to the Switch, man. Like I would definitely pay. I would pay $60 for it. Like honestly,
Yeah.
I would. I don't care, even if they're just standard remasters.
With the ability to skip dialogue, it'd be great.
True, very true. Oh my gosh, Browsit's, yo, what's good with you, Browsit? Good to see you. Said, nah, Scarlet and Violet run better on an overclocked Switch. Watch Austin John's vid on it. Huh, okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Yo, Mads, what's good with you, homie? Said the last Pokemon is mid. I don't even bother buying it. I don't really care very much anymore. And I used to, look, bro, I love Pokemon. I do, genuinely. I just think that Pokemon has seen better days. I think that Coliseum was like one of the fucking most sick Pokemon games where they actually took it to the consoles and owned that shit. And these games that have come out on Switch have just been not doing it for me personally. But yeah, guys, moving on. There's actually been confirmation of an I Am Legend 2 that's actually happening. Yeah, and I don't know, what do you guys think about I Am Legend 2 coming into fruition, existing?
I don't care.
I have to ask, who asked for this?
No, it was asked for, but once everyone originally everybody saw it in theaters, we saw the original ending.
Yep.
Will's character dies at the end of the movie. But when we received the DVD and it was an alternate ending of him living, then people were like, okay, well, they can continue this franchise.
Yep.
That was asked for several years ago. That time has long gone. No one cares anymore. And Will Smith doesn't have the same level of positive influence that he had at that time when he made it. So this isn't a good idea at all. And then you bring in Michael B. Jordan, who's like hit or miss in terms of the movies that he does. So it's not looking like a good idea right now.
Yeah, who really looking forward to that?
Yeah, modern day, it's kind of just, I don't know. It's like I Am Legend. I enjoyed the movie. Thought it was a solid movie. Do I think it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread? No, but it's a good film.
I enjoyed it for what it was. Shit, hell, I even went to the movies to see that.
Yeah.
But something like that for a sequel after all these years, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Just let it be what it is. It's a good film on its own. Why do you have to turn it into like a franchise?
And then like they always, it's like, damn, they looking for Michael B. Jordan for everything now.
Yo, you know? I feel like they throw him in anything and I feel like they purposely just throw him in anything remotely controversial. Like apparently he's linked to the remake of Scarface, Like
What?
like things like that. Yeah, like he's apparently supposed to be the lead of the remake of Scarface. So
You heard how he responded? He said, "What?" Like he was.
about to throw hands.
That
Yo,
nigga
what's
was
good
befuddled.
with you? What's good with you, Dooku? Yeah, and Iron Man says it perfect. Says it was a good one and done. I completely agree. I just don't see the point of a sequel. And mind you, so they are going to have Will Smith involved with I'm Legend 2. So this film, the sequel is going to be dependent on the alternative ending of the original film. I don't know. It sounds
no one's fault.
It sounds just kind of desperate to me. That,
It's a waste of time.
We're going to go with the alternative ending just so we can eke out a sequel to this relatively well-known film that came out, what, like 10 years ago? Over 10 years ago now?
Yeah, it's been over 10 years at this point.
I've never seen the alternative ending.
Yeah.
So the alternative ending, basically, it's like the same events, except he doesn't die. Like, he doesn't, like, sacrifice himself so that they can leave. Like, he actually lives. So... And everybody loved that alternate ending, but it's like the fact that the movie, it's been years since that movie has come out.
That's the one he's like a superhero, right?
No, you're thinking of Hancock, but this is I Am Legend is the one where he has a dog and it's like the post-apocalyptic, yeah.
And his wife looks like a crackhead. Yeah, okay.
So
that's just hilarious.
I mean, his wife looks like crackhead now, but that's a different story. But
thankfully, you didn't say his wife's name. Otherwise, he would have to come over here and
he could try to slap me if he wants to. Chris Rock was on a stage with cameras. I'm alone with no cameras and may or may not have weaponry. Don't do that.
Like Phil can't save you now, bitch. Come on.
As long as you don't say his wife's name, everything's cool.
Man, fuck that bald-headed bitch. Fuck that bald-headed. Oh, I got it here.
I still can't get over the fact that it was and he literally says it's just a G.I. Jane joke.
Yeah.
The joke was more entertaining than the movie itself, and the joke was still pretty ass. Why did you choose to die on the hill of that joke? But I mean, of course they have to attach Michael B. Jordan to this because I mean Will Smith's star power isn't what it used to be. Whether you want to believe that or not. Apparently, I heard that they made like this super Oscar bait movie with Will Smith. Like it came out at the end of last year. I heard that it was just like the Academy didn't even want to look at it. Like they didn't even want to pay it no mind. Yeah. And that was like a film that was constructed clearly to be Oscar bait from what I've heard from people that actually understand film and review film. So yeah, I just feel like they throw Michael B. Jordan into anything remotely controversial.
It probably would have made a cool video game.
Well, I Am Legend?
Did that have a video game?
Yeah, I don't know.
Now we're thinking.
I think it would have made a cool video game.
Yeah, I mean, actually, wait, hold up. Did it have a video game?
No, so technically it did have a video game, but it was canceled. No. Like they had worked on something and it never came out.
Good.
I would like make it like a survival horror type game. It would have been kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love zombie anything. So I probably would have been tempted to buy it.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. In terms of this movie, it's like you said, they put Michael B. Jordan in everything. Look, I just watched the latest Black Panther movie. Yep. And spoilers for anybody that if you care, I'm gonna say what happens. I'm just to a certain part. It's not for y'all, but for people listening. Look, even in the sequence, because in the Black Panther, whenever they take that fruit or that flower, they speak with their ancestors. Shuri, when she drinks it, guess who pops up on the screen? Who died in the last movie? Michael B. Jordan. Why are you here?
Why are you here?
you died. Like, what are you here for? Like, so he was supposed to be the ancestor that she visited. I'm like, why is he even here right now? So he's literally in everything possible, and it's like if he was a good enough actor, I wouldn't even mind it. But he's turning into he's like the Kevin Hart of like actors in Hollywood right now. Like he's in everything, and you don't need to be in everything.
It's like they're trying to make him Samuel L. Jackson, but it's like, bro, Samuel L. Jackson was in everything because he's Samuel L. Jackson. He's actually a goddamn good actor in his own.
Like a fucking Jackson.
Pretty much. But Neozoic says it's based on the same novel of the same name, which doesn't have a sequel. So why have a sequel? Because Hollywood is creatively bankrupt, bro. Like anything they could eke out a sequel of just so that name is that little extra marketing that they need. They will absolutely bastardize any fucking thing. Have you heard about the whole Indiana Jones situation? So basically everything. So it basically got leaked out that they were pretty much going to throw Indiana Jones under the bus in his own film to essentially push a female to take his place. That's essentially what it is. And this was, rumored information. Turns out everything that the director has been slowly like easing people into, like, this is not the Indiana Jones that you remember. And it's just like, okay, so basically you're just confirming in a very subtle way that everything that leaked out is true.
Yeah,
why is there another Indiana Jones movie?
I'm going to say something. I love Indiana Jones. I love that whole fucking series. If they do, it's because Harrison Ford said that this is going to be the last one for him. If they don't kill him off properly and give this character to just fucking do, because Indiana Jones is a very iconic character. Very iconic character for adventure movies and like action movies. Indiana Jones
games are based off of that
and books and fucking comic books. Indiana Jones is a very fucking awesome character.
Yeah.
And if they don't give him the fucking most epic, holy fucking shit death ever fucking experienced, then don't do it. Just let him die like a bitch or something. I don't know. Send somebody in and dies. Like he needs to like, I don't know. He needs the most heroic death ever. And if he's like a daughter or granddaughter to carry the torch, like I want to be like my grandfather or be like my father, then okay, I'll be fine. But don't make him die or make him look fucking weak in the process, because that would be asinine and stupid.
It's obviously, look, everything that I've seen, and mind you, I'm not an Indiana Jones fan, but from everything that I've seen in regards to what has transpired thus far prior to this movie's release, it looks as though they're doing the same exact thing with this Indiana Jones movie that they did with Star Wars.
You know who did it good though?
And guess what? The director, who's a good director, mind you, he's made good films. What is his name? Mangold. He's basically set up to do the same shit that Rian Johnson did with his Star Wars film. The same exact fucking thing. I'm calling it here and now. And Words of Paradise actually covered this shit. Like, they're setting. Go for it, Oz.
The movie that did it really good for passing the torch was Ghostbusters Afterlife, because you got to see Egon's granddaughter, which they still, I don't know how the fuck they did it. He put him in the movie, but it was just like it was okay. It was like a passage. It was like a passing of the torch. It was really fucking cool. Like, okay, you're my character now.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah, and it made fucking people cry in the fucking theater. It made Ghostbusters fans cry like babies.
Yeah.
Like the boys are back, and it's like for like one last time. And if they do it, they can do it like that. Just kill him off, like, yo, it's your time now. He fucking throws her the hat, she wears it.
You have to understand that movie was made without malice for its audience. They actually wanted to please the audience. Whereas a lot of films now are made with disdain in their heart for the people that want to watch this shit, for the people that were always fans of like a Star Wars, of an Indiana Jones.
And of course, he was a very masculine fucking character. I mean, fucking, he begged every Russian or a Russian chick that could fucking imagine, and German chick.
Amazing. Yes, thank you for that input, sir. Well, he ain't doing none of that no more in these years.
Well, no, buddy? He's not. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But Hollywood's fucked, and Words of Paradise is Saying he said the same argument for Michael B. Jordan I made with Cena earlier. It's Hollywood being shitty, not Michael B. Jordan. TJ, how do you feel about that? Because it's like I feel like in some ways that might be true, but at the same,
what was the comment again?
So he's saying like in regards to Michael B. Jordan, he doesn't necessarily blame Michael B. Jordan for not necessarily being a great actor, but more so just Hollywood, the roles just not being there in order for him to show his acting chops.
I don't think that's true. I think he's had plenty of roles to show off his acting chops, and he's never come up to the occasion where anytime he's been along in a movie where he's the star or he's co-starring with someone, especially someone that is greater at acting than he is, he usually gets outshined. You put him next to Stallone outshines him. You put him next to Jamie Foxx outshines him.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so many different, roles that he has where, or even if you put him, what was the Tom Clancy movie that he did for Amazon, I think? Like that wasn't good either. Like I don't think it's a issue of Hollywood not giving him good roles for him to be able to shine. I just think he's not that strong enough of an actor to shine on his own or with anyone else.
Like you're not gonna hold like Fantastic Four against him. That's not fair because the movie was designed to be a hot steaming pile of shit. But you're bringing up roles that he had potential to truly come into his own, and I do think I haven't seen too many of his films, but I have watched Creed. I wasn't really impressed. I thought Creed was just okay. It's not a great film. It's not a bad film. It was just okay.
Yeah, but even in that movie, like he's the star, but Stallone was the one getting Oscar nominations and recognition for his role as Rocky. Like we see what it is. He's not strong enough of an actor to be able to carry a movie on his own and shine and be able to show I have the ability to carry like a movie and be a strong ranged actor with like many different roles. Like I've seen him in different comedies and different, whether Fruitvale Station is a great movie. I think that's his best work in terms of his ability to, convey a story and just portray a character that he's just an everyday guy. Like I appreciated that movie a lot, especially for the story that it is and the true, story that, what occurred that day. But overall, like his other movies, he's just okay. And that's just always what he'll be is okay. He's eye candy for women and that's fine, but I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at what he's doing for the roles that he's playing. So
yeah. I mean, it doesn't help that what they have going on in Hollywood is just trash. But I think that he has had more opportunity to pull himself to the front of the line. And I just feel like they give him all these roles thinking that he is like a top tier actor when he's just okay. Like he's decent. He's a very good looking guy. Obviously I can understand on that front why they want to have him, but he's not really very memorable to me as an actor. He isn't a movie star. He's just he's a decent actor, but he's not a movie star. I don't think that he definitely doesn't sell movies on his name alone.
I would say he's probably in the C+ range.
Yeah, I think that's a fair.
I didn't know he was in Hardball.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Hardball's awesome.
Let's give it talking to Grace. Says like why he outshines Ezra Miller. I know people want to see the Flash just for him. Yeah, but the thing is they're literally like, so Warner Brothers knows that Ezra Miller is a piece of shit, number one, the main villain of the entire DC EU. So they're just like, let's just put a fuck ton of Michael Keaton in there to offset the fact that, our lead, who's playing multiple characters in our film, is a potential probably a horrible human being. I can't necessarily say that he's done. We know that he's assaulted a woman. He's actually, there's proof of that.
Hey, respect his pronouns. They, them.
It.
But whatchamacallit?
Shim.
Shim. Butternuts.
What?
Butternuts.
So I have a question about Michael Keaton in the new Flash. Is he going to be playing Thomas Wayne or Bruce?
Bruce.
Are
we sure?
I think it's still Bruce.
Yeah, it's Bruce.
Because they're doing the Flashpoint paradox, right? It would be Thomas.
I haven't seen the trailer yet. I need to watch that trailer.
No,
I need-
he's
I need
wearing
to
the
see
old
it.
Batman costume. So yeah,
I'd like for him to be Thomas Wayne so he can actually shoot people and kill them.
that'd be dope. Hell yeah.
It'd be interesting, but I'll never see it unless I'm watching it somewhere for free. Let's just put it that way. Even then, I don't think I want to see it because I just want to punch Ezra Miller in his face. So,
You know, they haven't written him off completely yet. They made a comment saying that they're
not going to.
Communications with him, and things come to light they may pursue.
They won't do it. At least in this movie, they won't do it because the reason why is that he's literally playing different versions of the Flash. So he's in the movie so much that they would essentially have to scrap the movie in order to get rid of him. So that just is what it is. But any final thoughts on I Am Legend 2?
I think that's a terrible version to go off of. That I just watched the ending. That was awful. That doesn't even all the monsters are so aggressive leading up to that part in the movie, and all of a sudden they have emotion and they care. Yeah, okay. Makes no sense. I'm glad he didn't die at the end, but that makes no sense.
All right. Well, yeah, you're definitely not wrong on that front. Let me just remove these things up here. So we're gonna go to a segment of the show that I kind of adopted a little more recently, where we just kind of do like a general roundup of the general news in regards to entertainment. So just shoot off your general thoughts. So I thought this was actually a really interesting story, and I particularly wanted to get like TJ's perspective on this because I think Idris Elba, at least in this article, is spitting some facts, like controversial things, and it's sad to say that I feel like this is controversial, but unfortunately in modern day it just is. So basically, Idris Elba rejects identity politics. He reveals he no longer refers to himself as a specifically black actor. He says, "I don't want to be the first black. I'm the first Idris." So, I what do you guys think about that personally?
I mean, so that does happen a lot, and it's not even just it's like you said, identity politics. It happens in all forms of, whether it's in sports. People say, "Oh, Kobe is like the next, MJ." Like, that's Kobe Bryant. Yeah, he's adopted some things from, like, obviously he has taken some things from MJ's game, but Kobe is still Kobe at the end of the day. LeBron is LeBron. Like, everybody wants to be identified as this is me. So when you say, "Oh, he's the first black actor to do blah blah blah," or no, people just say, "I don't identify me as my name. This is what I am, and this is what I've done," and that's just what it is. So I get what he's saying, and the people are gonna be upset about it because everybody wants to be inclusive and they want to have their identity as their personality and push everything to the forefront. He's like, "No, I'm Idris. This is what I've done." And he's a multi-layered guy, so I get it.
Yeah, I think he's actually like a good actor. Like, and I personally, like, I don't think of him, and it'd be weird if I said like, "Oh, he's a great black actor." Like, no, I just think he's a great actor. Like, some of my all-time favorite singers, like my favorite singer ever is Diana Ross. I don't say that she's a great black singer or no, she's just my favorite, and I don't include her race in it. Same thing with Donna Summer. Donna Summer is one of my all-time favorite musical artists. I don't include black in front of that. No, she's just one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. So, like, to me, I don't think that we should put people in categories because, like, at least, like, to me, I just want to treat everyone fairly and the same, and I do go out of my way to do that. And I don't mean like in the same as like everyone is the same, but I mean more so like I just want to treat everyone with respect. It doesn't matter like in regards to race, sexuality, or or gender. Like, to me, I just think that that's small-minded in the grand scheme of things. Now I know not everything, things are more complicated than just giving a generalized thought process on it, but that's just generally how I do feel about that. But yeah, I just think that overall, I'm glad that he actually spoke about that, because most people are afraid to. And it's like, it's sad that people are afraid to have that conversation. But
yeah, but I think it's a good thing that he was able to address it, just because it's like you said, there's a lot of people in Hollywood today that want to make sure that they don't go against the new generation of this is what I am and I'm putting this to the forefront. No, I am black. I'm not disregarding that, but no, I'm Idris Elba. I'm a great actor. I'm a DJ. Like, I'm a father. I'm a husband. Like, he's all of these things, and he doesn't want you to marginalize or categorize him as something just because of his race.
Yep.
And he is an incredible actor. Like, he's like recently just, I didn't like Beast. I will say that. Didn't like that movie. Be fair. But him as Knuckles was like, Sonic 2 is a fire movie, and he's part of the reason why it's good. Because no one, if you didn't say that's Idris Elba as Knuckles, you wouldn't have known that it was him.
Yep. Yeah, I totally feel you. And Music says Idris Elba is one of the few modern actors that I have respected or just have respect for. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't think anything's wrong with Idris Elba. Things I've seen him in, he's a good actor. I think that he deserves more, to be honest with you. I think that is an actor that definitely needs to throw some more difficult and challenging roles at, because I think that he's at least comparing him to Michael B. Jordan, I think that Idris Elba is way more capable actor of taking on serious roles.
Yeah,
he had to do it with Michael Scott. That's a hard job.
Yeah. Oh shit. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting topic of discussion. I mean, here's one that's actually a bit of positive news. Something that this shouldn't even have to be news. It should have just always have been this way. But let me see. Hold up. God damn it! I have so many tabs up right now. Let's see. All right, here we go. Found it. So, Tim Allen to return to voice Buzz Lightyear after Chris Evans' Lightyear film bombed at the box office. So it's sad that this is news.
Thank fucking God.
Yes, Disney finally did the right thing.
Good job.
It's sad that they fucked this up to begin with. So, do you think that that the next Toy Story is going to be Flames? A lot of people didn't. This is like a point of contention.
Is Tom Hanks going to be Woody?
Of course.
Woody would be awesome.
Yes.
If Tom Hanks is Woody, then okay, we'll give him in.
Yeah. So I know that they are making a Toy Story 5. I know a lot of people that actually don't like Toy Story 4. They think that Toy Story 3 was like the perfect ending. I do agree that Toy Story 3 is a great ending, but I do like Toy Story 4. I did like it a lot, actually. I had a lot of fun.
Who's that?
Yeah. But I mean, I think that they did personally do the right thing in regards to bringing back Tim Allen. Are you guys excited for Toy Story 5, or are you kind of scared?
I want to see them go back to the roots of it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
What, do like a remake?
Not necessarily
no.
remake, but maybe pull when they have they end up being sold off at a or given away, right? At the end of 3.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that they could do to, move in similar direction. Maybe they did in the first and second one. And at least in the first one, I love the first one.
Oh yeah.
The first one sounds great. I mean, that's like the first fully animated film from what I heard. I mean, I'm not animated, but
3D,
the first
3D.
The first
CG
animated film. Yeah.
We could do like a Pizza Planet thing,
They can always be like Andy has kids now, and he sees Woody and them at a yard sale. He picks them up. Wait a minute, he used to be mine. Pick him up for his kids or for collectibles. Everybody likes to collect toys now.
Yeah.
You can do something like that.
Toy Story 5 is going to be him. He's going to be on eBay trying to get his old toys back.
It might be that. It might be because that's what's popular right now.
You know what? I wouldn't mind that.
He's gonna have to deal with bots trying to buy Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
So Toy Story 5. an Andy story. There we go.
Yeah. Return to Andy. Really cool. Return to Andy.
Return to Andy. I'm dead, y'all.
And they're all trying to get the Andy's kids. Like, oh, his package got fucked up in the mail, and they're all trying to get the Andy because his package got fucked up. He's trying to buy them off eBay. Oh, it should be hilarious. So do it, Disney. I'm in. I'd buy it.
Why is it kind of sad that we can come up with probably a better concept than
that shit would be hilarious
than most writers in Hollywood can?
All right.
That shit would be
Just
hilarious.
give me a couple of dollars, man. I could come up with a story.
Word.
It isn't that hard. Clearly, we're doing it on a podcast, and that
dude, that would be fucking hilarious.
Word.
Does he have a Yu-Gi-Oh character as like the Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yes, he does.
That card.
He does.
It's like the
what is it? The Black
Chaos
Magician?
But it's like the ultimate form of the Black Magician. I thought, or the Dark Magician.
Do you play the Yu-Gi-Oh game?
I used to.
But they have like a new one that came out. I think it's called Master Duel, and I'm trying to get my friend BitCloud to stop fucking playing that piece of shit game.
It's supposed to connect all of the generations, though. I feel like that's so complex.
It is. I tried it for like 5 minutes, and I said I hate these generations after like fusions, and I think it's bullshit, and I deleted it.
Last thing I watched and know anything about is GX, and then it was difficult to understand with the fusions and the synchronization.
I hate the synchro shit. I hate the XYZ shit. They came up with like 3 other things now, and it's just like, okay, I don't care anymore. I know a lot of people are still into Yu-Gi-Oh, but I cannot be bothered. They changed the way the field is. Now they have like a field that's in between. It's just like, this isn't Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. Like, I'm good.
They have Yu-Gi-Oh on bikes in like an arena like NASCAR.
Jesus.
The fuck?
Yeah,
I mean,
like Thunderdome?
Black Magician of Chaos, baby.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was dope when it was called Magic the Gathering. Oh my gosh. So my brother used to be like super into Yu-Gi-Oh, but he recently picked up Magic the Gathering, and like 2 weeks, like it's been about like 2, maybe 3 weeks. Within 2 weeks, he has like $800 worth of cards now. So,
Jesus Christ.
yeah. Thankfully, he has a decent job, so he's able to afford this pretty much insane hobby. I'm glad I'm not into card collecting anymore. I already have too many hobbies. I had to give up comic books, because then again, that wasn't so hard because comic books are garbage now. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, I got one. Actually, I technically got one for TJ, and then after that, one for Lester. So following years of delays. I'm just gonna read it out. It's not a big deal.
I don't know who that person is, but I know who Ozzknot is.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Anyway, following years of delays, Dead Island 2 has gone gold. Its release date has been brought forward, so the sequel will now arrive April 21st. So, how do you feel, TJ, that your game, the one that you did
work on, that I am in the game. This is true.
That's right.
Yes. How do you feel?
I mean, this game has been in development hell for a while, so it's been it's interesting to see that it's finally gone gold. Like, anytime you see that a game is going gold, then that means that we've officially finished. We're gonna squash some bugs, and we're finally gonna put it out. So that's the good news. So I mean, hey, I'm not getting it day one, but salute to those that are.
Yeah, they're the real MVPs in this case. I'm not gonna lie.
What game is this?
Dead Island 2.
Oh, yes.
You hyped for that? I'm muting you, Oz.
Okay, fat thumbs.
I won't get it day one, but I will definitely wait to see some reviews and see if it's anything like the first one. I probably will get it.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I bought the first game, it was sold out everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird.
Ooh. I remember when Dying Light, the original, came out. It literally, there was like a massive snowstorm when I lived in New York at the time. So I couldn't pick up the game from GameStop that day that it dropped. So I had to wait till the following day to pick it up. I was so mad, but it was worth the wait. I absolutely love Dying Light. I'm hoping Dead Island 2 will be a good game. It's one of those things where I can't help but have like my spider sense tingling, because the game's been in development hell. It's been in multiple companies' hands at this point. And, I don't know what to expect. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm prepared for the worst. So we'll see what happens in regards to that. So Oz, Alan Wake 2 is now playable from start to finish. I know you're a pretty big Alan Wake fan. You enjoyed the original game. You excited for Alan Wake 2? Anyone excited for Alan Wake 2?
No. Look, I played the original. I think I might have put like an hour into that game, and then I immediately uninstalled it. I don't. Remedy is an interesting development team because, like, the Max Payne games are classic. There's no way around the fact that they put out amazing content with that. Everything after that is hit or miss, and to me, it's mostly been miss. So I'm not looking forward to it. If it looks like a good game, I may consider it. I'll watch the original. I'm not playing through it. I'll watch it on YouTube and then play the second one if it's that good. But as of right now, no, I'm not interested.
Gotcha. Oz, if you're talking, you're muted, just so you know. But thoughts on Alan Wake 2 being fully playable?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I muted you. I told you that I muted you.
Oh, I know you did. But I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be more horror based this time around.
Okay, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. The first one was kind of hinted on it.
Ooh, I'm in Richard Swagler said I started Control. I actually really love Control. I have no interest in playing Alan Wake personally, but I love Control. I think I wouldn't say it's a great game. I say it's a very good game. And plays amazing on PS5, so that is a great game to play. Another one that's interesting is that Hi-Fi Rush Easter egg hints at the Evil Within 3 announcement.
What?
It does.
Hold on a second. Now you got my attention. Wait a minute. What's the Easter egg?
This Easter egg.
Let me bring it up.
Yeah, I need to see this.
That game's awesome.
You know how much I love the Evil Within series.
I know. I saw this. I'm like, oh, this is a story for TJ. So despite being polar opposites in terms of tone, Hi-Fi Rush and the Evil Within share the same developer. Okay, let me see, spooky titles haven't developed. I'm trying to look for the actual. However, it seems like Robot Sebastian isn't the only nod to Tango's premium survival horror series. Ooh, they have a Robot Sebastian. You know, the better Leon. I mean, what?
They actually have a nod. I'm just trying to say they have a nod to Dante in here too.
They had a nod to Arnold Schwarzenegger. So there's
I need to play that game. Look, I'm gonna say this on the pod just so that like I'm held accountable for it. Once I get through Like a Dragon Ishin, I'm going to play Well, no, that's not true because Resident Evil 4 and Star Wars come out. After I get through Star Wars and Resident Evil 4.
Spoilers here, so I'm gonna take this.
Oh nah, nah. But what I will say is I will get to Hi-Fi Rush because I do like Tango Gameworks as a studio.
Oh, and if you're a cat lover, you're gonna fucking love this game.
Yeah,
I'm not a cat lover. They're cool. They're cool animals, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Just
Music
I like
awesome.
that development team.
Nuke Dukem's hoping that Alan Wake 2 is just as good, if not better than the first. Hopefully. I mean, you know, I'm not a fan of Alan Wake. Never played it. I'm not super into it, but best of luck to devs. I hope that they make a better game than the original because that's a game that a lot of people do talk about every so often. So it hasn't disappeared. People have seemed to have wanted a sequel for a long time.
Right.
Another story that came out is so from what I heard, the AEW game's been finished for a while.
Yeah.
Mostly, but I heard that they were having a hard time deciding whether the game's going to be M-rated or teen rated. So apparently they've decided AEW Fight Forever will receive a T rating. So how you guys feel about that?
Get 2K this year, everybody. Get 2K. The game looks fucking amazing. 2K this year looks fucking awesome. I'm so excited for this game this year. Get 2K, everybody.
Yeah,
please get 2K.
I think they should have just. I think they should have made this decision a long time ago and finally released the game before WWE
They show
23 got promoted.
they showed the new creative player for this year for 2K. Oh my god, dude, it's probably the best one they've done in a really long time. Like the details, holy shit, dude, they look just like the in-game characters, just like them. Yeah,
yeah, it's one of those things where, like, when I think about it, and I was talking to Red Hood about this, and he's like, "Well, I mean, does a wrestling game really need to be M-rated? Like, how many have been?" And it's like, yeah, I totally do. Like, I get it. Like, you know, an AEW, like a wrestling game, doesn't necessarily need to hit an M-rated.
No,
or M rating.
But when you're coming off as the alternative, and you want to be the most, like, you're trying to be edgy. Maybe you've done some edgy, stupid shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think they should have went with the M mature already.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, while they would have probably had to been extra in order to earn the M rating, it would have been nice for AEW to do like the outlier thing and went out of their way to go the M rated route.
Yeah,
especially since they kind of branded themselves to be sort of like the modern, you know, ECW or something along those lines.
Shit. I think 2K should be more M-rated than this. Hell, they got freaking war games. They can light a table, put on fire inside of war games. Dude, that looks crazy this year. War games looks nuts.
It's one of those things where, like, a wrestling game, it's hard to necessarily earn an M rating. Like, how much can you possibly do in a wrestling game to, you know, besides, we already have like the occasional, oh, he's bleeding from his head. Like, you already have that. And it's still a T-rated game, you know?
Well, in Fire Pro, you literally kill your opponent, so that's pretty M rating.
I don't think that they want to promote actually literally killing your opponent in the AEW game.
Yeah. Then again, they try to fucking blow John John Moxley or CM Punk or John Moxley just try to blow him up in a landmine match. It was a fucking nuke match. Yeah.
Was WWE No Mercy M rating?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let me see. I'm actually
Rumble Roses was too.
Trying to see for sure. Nah. I would actually have to like look particularly because like, you know, they have the No Mercy pay-per-view, so it's like bringing up all the pay-per-view stuff instead of the game. Yo, Derpnator! What up, bro? Said hail to the panel in chat. Good to have you aboard, sir. And Red Hood, what's good with you? I was just talking about Red Hood because we were having the AEW rating discussion.
Yeah, the 2K is gonna be fucking good this year, dude. I just have a really good strong feeling.
It's hard to compete with WWE. I think like I say with 2K23, it's kind of like what 2K16 was to 2K15. 2K15 was bare bones as fuck because they kind of just like made a brand new game from the ground up, and it was bad. But then 2K16 came out and was everything that we wanted from 2K15. I feel like, you know, 2K22 was good, but it was bare. So I feel like this is going to be like the answer, like all the all the content that we wanted.
2K22 was good for what it was. It was a good restarting of this year. Yeah,
Yep.
It was desperately needed. It was probably the best creative player they've done in a really long fucking time.
Yeah,
that's why the Claw creators are really fucking excited this year because holy fuck, they're finally getting what they wanted, which is like super realistic characters.
Yeah. Terminator says, I pre-ordered the problematic game for Xbox One. The problem is there's more than one problematic game now because, you know, at first it's Hogwarts Legacy and now it's Atomic Heart that's apparently problematic. But we're going to get
problematic about it. Oh,
we'll get into it. That's definitely one of the final topics. But moving on real quick. Yeah, so this one's probably going to hurt you, Oz. Earthworm Jim 4 has reportedly been canceled. Cry, bitch. Cry.
No surprise. Fucking Atari. It was gonna be a fucking Atari game anyway. Fucking Atari exclusive. Fuck out of here.
Oh yeah. What the fuck were they thinking with that one?
I don't know. Fucking retards.
Yeah. Well, here's the one thing I've been excited for. Actually, it's Nacon will show the Lord of the Rings Gollum and the RoboCop game in a new presentation next month. So I'm probably gonna stream this event.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie.
And it's already up for pre-order. If you go on I think Amazon. Yeah.
Yep. So the NACON Direct presentation will take place on March 9th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this RoboCop game. Like I said, the RoboCop devs, they actually made the Terminator Resistance game, which is a solid B-tier experience. It's not the greatest game of all time, but it's a decent Terminator game.
Fucking RoboCop. Come on, dude.
The creators love Terminator. They clearly showed that. And apparently they're really into RoboCop as well, because that's what their next follow-up game is. I'm excited. I think the game looks cool. I'm excited to see more about it. I'm excited to see a release date. There's a rumor that it might come out June. I don't know if that's the case. I hope not, because like you're coming out next to Final Fantasy 16. Don't do that. Come out like maybe September or something. Usually September is kind of a little dull. But just before the holidays really go into gear.
That'd be really nice game for Game Pass. Just saying.
You cheap motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
You get a holiday sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants free. That's what he wants.
It's FRE. It's way to be.
Yes. Always with the free. How dare you, sir? But
yeah, right.
Anyway. Let's see. Anything else here? I think that's about it in terms of.
Are we going to talk about Hogwarts Legacy?
Oh yeah, that's actually technically, is that next on the list? I actually listed. Yes, it is the next thing. So we're talking about Hogwarts Legacy. Sink, what are your first impressions on this game?
So the game, in my opinion, it's massive. It's very immersive, and I love it. My only problem with it is the mapping of the controllers and the combat. Like the combat feels fluid, but it's all mapped to one controller. So like your either your X and Y or triangle and circle, those are your dodge and block spell, or your dodge and block if you're not holding right trigger, but you're in the middle of casting spells, right? And you're doing it simultaneously. So like to me, on the hardest difficulty, it's a pain.
Honestly, I'm not playing it on the hardest difficulty. I heard that the game is really hard, and I'm thoroughly challenged on, I think I chose the second hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
So I feel thoroughly challenged with that.
Yeah. So, I mean, the game feels good, right?
Yes. I love, I thought that it was going to be like, it's kind of hard to make like spell casting like eventful, but I think they actually did a decent job of making the combat feel eventful. Like I just want to juggle the shit out of the enemies, and it kind of feels like your typical third person like slashing game,
sure,
and whatnot. I'm muting Oz again, but I love it so far. I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I've watched the first movie recently because the game was coming out. I wanted to know a little bit about Hogwarts and just Harry Potter in general before actually playing the game. I actually liked the first movie. It was pretty good. And from what I've heard from Harry Potter fans, this really is like close to the lore. It's not based on source material, but the creators really respected it. I think that these guys never made like a major AAA title from what I've seen, unless you look back to like the PS2. So this feels like a major AAA title.
They've done it.
Yeah, and they should definitely be proud of themselves. A lot of the hatred that they've gotten is completely unwarranted. Real quick, I just want to say thank you so much, Words of Paradise, for a $10 super chat. Really appreciate that. He said, "Here is 1/7 of Tears of the Kingdom for you." I appreciate it. So now it's just a standard price game. I could dig it. I think it deserves that. I appreciate you, bro. But Newzoic says, Cassie and others. Question: which one sold well, Dead Space or Hogwarts Legacy? From what I heard, they both sold really well. Actually, here's the thing. So, let me bring this up. So like honestly, a lot of people are saying like, yo, like Hogwarts Legacy is selling extremely well. Is it going to outsell Elden Ring? Because last year Elden Ring was this huge selling sensation, single player game that sold an insane amount. Like it did great numbers. So a lot of people are wondering if Hogwarts Legacy is going to end up outselling Elden Ring. And from what I've seen thus far, there's a few reports that say it's here. Hogwarts Legacy's UK first week sales are 80% higher than Elden Ring's. And then there's another report here that says Hogwarts Legacy first week digital sales in Europe were 56% higher than Elden Ring's.
Yeah, but it has a huge backing behind it, so I can definitely see it selling. Elden Ring had great marketing. Like the UFC had it on their marketing, on their pay-per-views. So, but like Harry Potter has, they could sell way more, I think. And it's more, I would think that it's more accessible for any audience versus Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Elden Ring, in my opinion, is not a hard game, but for other people that are new to the Souls series, it's probably something they would return.
Yep. And I think it's worth noting that the people that hate J.K. Rowling were also another source of advertising for these developers.
That's very true. Very, very true.
And they have not stopped, bro. It's pretty bad. Just yesterday, actually, I want to bring this one up because I thought this was another deranged comment. And I've been basically, how do you say, documenting the insanity surrounding Hogwarts Legacy the past few weeks. And I'm not even a Harry Potter fan. I actually don't like J.K. Rowling. I think she's extremely fucking annoying. She's like an annoying white feminist. Your typical annoying white feminist in modern day. So yeah, she's not very likable. Let's be real now. But I could separate the art from the artist. And she doesn't even... Yeah, exactly. She's a Karen. But she keeps her Karen shit out of Harry Potter from what I know. So I don't mind indulging in things that are based off of her work. So right here, apparently this person says, well, I guess I need to start checking my follower list of folks that are quote unquote just chatting. Now, since some want to try and hide what games they're playing, anyone playing the Harry Potter game should remove themselves from my community. I will not stand for this. And then they go on to say, I'm trans and I'm a genderqueer person. I'm not shy about this fact. If you're playing this game, you're actively going against my existence. And people of color folks, Jewish folks, and I will not stand for this in my community. So apparently this game hates all of these individuals. Have you encountered any of this hatred towards any of these groups while playing?
I think the bartenders is trans, dude.
Yes. They are transgender.
So I think you got your bases covered there.
Yeah, and look, I just want to be very upfront about this. While I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy, specifically to this person's comment, I don't give a fuck about your identity. I'm sorry. I'm playing a video game. Give a fuck about what you are. Matter of fact, I don't give a fuck about you while I'm playing a game. I'm just simply playing a game. I'm not going out of my way to do any harm to you. The people that are apparently you mutually follow each other, they're playing a game. They're not actively doing any harm to you. They're not harming any people of color. They're not harming Jewish people. I don't understand why apparently everyone thinks this game is being offensive to everyone. Like, this is just blatant, bold lies. And this person thinks that they're apparently so fucking special that they just have to list off what they are, what their identity is, because, they're part of, like, quote unquote protected community and whatnot. And it feels like they just do this so they automatically could say, yeah, I automatically have more power over you because I belong to this protected community. That's what it comes off like. Nobody cares. They're just playing a video game. I just don't want these people to know that you're not that special. Just go about your life. That's what people that are playing this game are doing. They're going about their life and playing a Harry Potter game, and a lot of us seem to be really enjoying it.
It's the best one I've played.
Yeah, I heard that some Harry Potter games were pretty decent though in their own right. I don't know.
It's kind of like that janky game that you were telling us about earlier.
It's those things where at the time they were good, just didn't age too well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair enough. I
nice
mean,
tank
can't
controls. Hold it again. No.
Oh, there's also Easter eggs for Hi-Fi, Harry Potter Easter eggs in Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the release trailer for what's it called? The game that you're excited for? Atomic Heart. So apparently they did a release trailer for Atomic Heart that was like this live action trailer. And it makes reference to Harry Potter. So like in the game, I mean in the trailer, they have like a chick that's wearing like a wizard's outfit.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's actually it's pretty cool in its own right.
Featuring Jensen Ackles, is that the one? The one on IGN.
So. I can't say for sure. I've seen it posted on Twitter. So if you see like a live action trailer and there's like a wizard chick, it's like right in the beginning of the trailer. That's it. They're just like, we know what you struggled through, and we're about to go through it too. and it's crazy because so like, look, we just got through this whole thing where the activists want to cancel this game. And it seems as though they didn't learn their lesson. They're actually trying to do the same thing all over again, but with Atomic Heart. And let me bring that up. Because they haven't learned their lesson, and they just want to take another L. And make no mistake about it. The activists that avidly went out of their way to try and demand that people not play this game, harass people for playing the game and streaming the game, you guys helped launch this game into the massive success that it is. So thank you for that, because the game is a good game. And I believe that good games should be, judged based on what is presented. And apparently this person said, fuck Atomic Heart. Everybody buying the game is directly supporting the Russian war machine and the killing of children by missile strikes. The investors are tied to the Russian government. Remember that. So, yeah, they're doing it all over.
Wait a second. That dude, that reply, I pre-ordered it twice.
Yep.
Oh man. Shout out to them.
Oh my god. Yeah, they are apparently getting roasted in the comments. I'm surprised that they didn't delete this, but then again, these types kind of they just want this kind of attention. But my reply was, you are the devil for playing a video game rhetoric carried Hogwarts Legacy to success. Now the same is very likely for Atomic Heart. Y'all have a lot in common with Bible thumpers. And then I posted a video saying, oh shit, here we go again. Because that's literally what it is. Like we just had this bullshit go down and they didn't learn their lesson. So I'm all down for giving them 2 fucking L's.
I can't wait for next week.
Yeah, I'm excited to play Atomic Heart. The game looks pretty damn good. I'm hearing good things about it. I know some people in my friend circle. I know Red Hood's a little iffy on the game because he heard, I forget what he said, but either way, we are hoping that'll be a good game.
The composer is the same dude who did Doom.
Yeah, that dude is a badass.
Yeah.
It's on Game Pass, right?
Yeah, yep. It's coming to Game Pass. I think it's going to be one of the most downloaded Game Pass games.
Dude, it's 70 gigs. It's 78 gigs. And then they just had another update for another fucking 48 gigs on top of it. This game's going to be enormous.
Hey, whatever. As long as the game runs, I will delete a bunch of shit on my PC to play it.
Shadow Warrior 3 came out today, too. Definitive edition.
On Game Pass, yeah. Game Pass
is they killed it. They killed it this month. They killed it this month.
Yes, browse it. Mick Gordon. Yeah, Mick Gordon is the individual that's doing the music for the game.
He's fucking dope. He's probably one of my like
Duke Nukem over here.
What?
He said he's pro Russia. In nature, I'm anti-authoritarian. So what Russia's doing is as authoritarian as it gets. Let's be real now. But also the individuals that are telling us that we're not allowed to play these games, they kind of are taking from a very similar page from the person he claimed to hate, which is, Putin. So congratulations, you fucking dickheads. You are what you hate so much. So yeah, I just hate authoritarianism. I hate people telling me what to do. That's why I will support these games. I'm excited to play them. I'm 1 for 1 with Hogwarts Legacy. The shit's a banger. Everyone's been enjoying it, and I'm hoping I will be 2 for 2 with Atomic Heart. But any final thoughts? You guys think that Hogwarts Legacy is going to outsail Elden Ring?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
considering it's a
has
more like accessible IP, I can see it happening.
How well is Hi-Fi Rush selling?
Pretty damn
No,
well.
it's on Game Pass.
No, but it's actually selling well its own right on Steam. It was like the highest sold game on Steam when it first dropped. So shout out to them, man. They deserve it. I think that I forget what their name is. Tango Works. I think
it's Tango Gameworks. Yeah.
Tango Gameworks. I think they're a good developer in their own right.
They're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'll definitely buy the video games in the future.
That's what's up. Yeah, I think that they make good video games, and I don't think they get the respect that they deserve. So it's cool to see that Hi-Fi Rush kind of be like a viral sensation when it dropped. But I do personally think that Hogwarts Legacy will outsell Elden Ring. And it's crazy because Elden Ring was the sensation of last year. But the reason why I say that is because they didn't even release the last-gen version yet or the Switch version yet. So this game is going to dominate headlines for a while because it's going to keep getting released over the course of this year.
It's definitely, I mean, off the bat to early year, but it's definitely a game of the year contender. It really will.
It's gonna be. It could potentially be a game of the year contender. The only reason why I say it might not be is because there's just so much stuff. There's so much stuff coming out this year that's
like if it were a slower year, it might have a chance. But because of like just Zelda. This first quarter alone is insane.
You got Zelda. So, you got Zelda Final Fantasy game this year. You got Spider-Man coming out this year. You got crazy shit coming out this year.
Yeah, it's a very competitive year. I think that Hogwarts Legacy is game of the year worthy, at least from what I played of it. I put about 18 hours into it. When you get on the broom and just start flying everywhere, like you can go anywhere you want pretty much. That shit was awesome. Like it's a game. It's like an onion. It just has so many layers. Like you keep playing and they introduce you to something new that's a whole other thing entirely. Like every couple of hours, it feels like.
What do you think about the flying? In terms of, all right, let me put it in perspective. Quidditch. I think Quidditch would be difficult in the game because the flying is not easy, and there's some mechanics that would be necessary for that game. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, I've seen a bit of Quidditch in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. You definitely have to be like very responsive if you want to like recreate that sort of sport. I hope that they could pull it off. It would definitely be difficult. I think that's why they didn't put it in the game.
Yeah.
It's so much. It's one of those things, like a lot of people are complaining the game doesn't have co-op. The thing that I bring up in regards to that, I'm like, look, would co-op be great in a perfect world? Yes. But look at Dying Light 2. That's a story-driven RPG that has co-op. It has so much shit in it that it just feels so convoluted. It doesn't feel like it had the potential, I think, to be a great game. But I think that the developers kind of overindulged in making it a co-op story-driven RPG. That's not easy. I don't want to play co-op because I want to engage in the story my way and like have this intimate storytelling without playing with my friends. Or if I'm going to play with my friends, I don't really want like a intimate RPG story-driven game to do it with. Like I just want something that I can bullshit around that has good mechanics. So I just think that that's an unrealistic expectation. I'm glad that they didn't overindulge. If you aim too high, you can end up fucking it up. And that's my issue with Dying Light 2.
Yeah. I don't see Hogwarts being a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
The combat just doesn't support that. I feel like it's pretty good crowd control in that, and you would need massive amount of enemies and more bosses type for that to be the case. But it doesn't fit. It works with the package that we got. So
maybe for a sequel.
I think we just need to get through this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job. Like, I feel like they were ambitious, but within reason, within what they were capable of. And they did a really good job of everything that they aimed for. And that's good, man. I think that everyone just expects every game to do everything. And it's like, they can try, but then you wonder why games are in development for like over a decade. And then they come out and it's like all these things that like, I look at Bayonetta 3, for example. I love 1 and 2. They're some of my all-time favorite games. But Bayonetta 3, all it does for like the first fucking 3 hours is just introduce new mechanic after new mechanic after new mechanic. I felt like I spent 3 hours straight just learning new mechanics. And it's just like, I just want a hack and slash game where I'm playing as Bayonetta. Why are we introducing all this other bullshit? All like these Godzilla fights and all these different monsters that you could play as that have their own mechanics. Like, it doesn't feel like Bayonetta. They clearly wanted to somehow outdo Bayonetta 2, which is like insane in its own right. And I feel like they just overindulge, and it just makes it not fun to me. It's not fun to me when you have to spend half the game introducing mechanics to me. You know, I want to feel like I know what I'm doing after the first 2 hours. But Browsette here says, "Wish my PC wasn't shit. I'd order Atomic Heart just to show more support to Mick Gordon. Mick Gordon got done dirty.
Yeah, Mick Gordon's fucking dope.
Yeah, he got done super dirty by Bethesda. They kind of just hung him out to dry and lied on his name. Complete total bullshit what happened to him. Browsette says, loved his work in Killer Instinct 2. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, that soundtrack in that was fucking dope.
Yeah. But I'm happy with Hogwarts Legacy. I think they did a great job. It's one of those games where like I kind of had to like force myself to play Wanted Dead. Because I really wanted to play Hogwarts Legacy. So if you're on the fence about buying it, I tell people this. Yeah, like, look, if you don't want to buy it, that's your prerogative. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But I will say, if you're concerned with how it comes off by buying the game because you have like friends that are transgender or like community that you're involved in that has transgender individuals in it, if they're your friends, they know that you mean nothing bad by playing a video game. If they're your friends, if they're not your friends and they think that you hate individuals that are transgender or transgender activists because you just want to play a Harry Potter game, are they really your friend? Look,
you know, though, I would play for them just to find out why they're offended by it and see if I would get offended too. Because if they're offended, I would like to be offended with them. Fuck, why are you pissed off? Let me find out why you're pissed off and play it. You know?
Yo, Team Slytherin, baby. What group? You're Slytherin too? Yeah, boy. That's what's up.
Ooh.
Sink is a real one, man. Yeah,
nerd.
You stay hating down there. You stay hating down there, all right, bro?
Nerd.
But, any final thoughts about Harry Potter and Hogwarts Legacy?
Books suck. Books.
Yeah, just to piss everyone off, right? Right, Oz.
What's the last book you read, Oz?
I'm reading the best book of all, sir. The best book of all.
Do you even read Oz?
He read the box.
I know.
He read the back of that pizza box before he put it up.
Hey, DiGiorno's, you gotta cook that shit right.
That brings up a good question. What's to be offended by, though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Apparently, if you're not white, it's offensive to you. Supposedly, if you're part of the LGBTQ plus community, it's offensive to you. If you're Jewish, it's offensive to you. I don't know where it is. I don't know. I feel as though people that overly think about race, religion, all that, if they're super conscious and that's all they ever think about, they'll find something to be offended about in every single thing that they put. If you're really just trying to be offended,
right?
As far as I'm concerned, I played the game. If I noticed anything sus, anything disrespectful, I would have voiced it. But the devs themselves said, we tried to make a game that everyone could engage in. I think they wholeheartedly did their best in that.
And by not buying it, you're hurting them, not J.K. Rowling. Yeah,
no doubt. J.K. Rowling's gonna take her money and run. Apparently she makes the most money from that Harry Potter theme park that they have. That's where her big bank is from. But you don't see protesters out there. You don't see activists. Like, activism, you have to be active. A lot of these people are only active on fucking Twitter. It's the only place they're active on.
Have you ever seen her go?
Or do anything that they really believe in?
There's a video of her visiting the theme park, and they have to give her the fucking red carpet treatment.
I believe it. I mean, without. Here's the thing: J.K. Rowling is a fucking Karen, but she's a very smart Karen. Unlike George Lucas, unlike a lot of like creators that made some of these the greatest IPs of all time. She actually has all the rights to Harry Potter. Unlike George Lucas that sold it away to Disney, who pissed on it, and all these other creators out there that are watching their property be bastardized. Unfortunately, we have the creators of Scooby-Doo who passed away, and 2 months after the last creator passed away, they greenlit this Velma bullshit HBO show.
So bad.
That's how fucking vicious these
I was
motherfuckers
offended
are.
by watching that. It was that bad.
I couldn't watch it. I saw I think half of a 2-minute trailer.
How do you ruin a classic cartoon like that? What are those beloved characters, dude?
You bring up
Velma,
the
that's
key
what
word.
You give it to an Indian woman to write it.
Here's the thing. You said one word, classic. These people hate anything that's nostalgic at all.
That's why they're not allowed to vote.
Everything in the past is rooted in some form of bigotry, and they seek to destroy it. That's really what it boils down to. And they hate you. Especially, they hate you because you like classics. So they don't make things for us anymore. They make them think these things for themselves. Look at what's her name, Mindy Kaling. She made fucking Velma fat just like her. It's like if you have a problem, like not everyone needs to be fat in order to make you feel better about yourself. Go do something about being overweight and obese. Don't make my favorite characters obese. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that. All right, unacceptable behavior. But anyways, moving on to the final topic, which The Last of Us. The final topic is the last 2 episodes of The Last of Us. What do you guys think about it? Now, Sink, I think you only watched episode 4, right?
I've only seen I watched parts of episode 4 because I fell asleep because it was long and drug out.
You should just kind of
skip it.
Basically, it's Joel and Ellie doing busy work. That's the entire episode summed up. Episode 5, though.
Don't you think that episode 3 was also busy work?
No, that was. I mean, in one sense, yes, that they were getting busy. They were getting busy.
Yeah, I want that shit to go. I want the episode to go fast. That's why I was busy work.
You think about the game, right? You're escaping his traps and everything, right? They can't cover that in the. I guess they could cover it some point in the TV show, but it's not an hour's worth of content.
It could have been. Why not?
They found out a way to build an hour's worth of content, though.
Yeah, it's one of those things where episode 3 was almost entirely filler. We didn't see any great moments in that episode, like when Joel gets caught in one of Bill's traps, when they meet the bloater.
When he pushed that car? They pushed that car?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of missing stuff from episode 3 that was replaced by a lot of love making. Yes, congratulations.
Strawberries.
Yeah. Looking at your significant other.
A lot of brotherly love, if you will.
They weren't in Philly though.
A lot of butt buddies, if you will.
I was watching Rev on Solidcast, and he was just keeping it 100 on that episode.
Brokeback Mountain edition.
Oh my god. So, what do you think about episode 4, Sig, from what you have watched of it?
So I like the character building and everything, and like them starting to build the relationship more. But the last thing I got out of it was, I guess they were introducing, what was the lady's name that they introduced that they killed? Was his name Brian?
Oh, that girl's a bitch.
Kathleen or some shit.
Yeah,
Catherine or Kathleen.
Build her character, but I honestly don't remember her from the games. But
she's not an official. She's a
TV character. She was in an original games.
So I guess
they created her just for the show.
Yeah.
Real quick, just want to say, see you later, Derp. Appreciate you coming through. Enjoy your hockey game. Have a good night. Thanks for coming by, bro. How do you guys feel about Kathleen as a leader in a post-apocalyptic world, if you will?
How did that happen?
I asked the same question.
And they don't explain it.
they don't. I feel like in episode 5, from what I've heard, apparently her brother was the leader or some shit like that.
But that doesn't mean she gets to take the title of leader either. Like, that's weird. Like, they tried to just gloss over it if they did explain it. I don't even recall it. But the fact that it was something that was talked about in passing almost, and I don't remember it from that episode, just speaks volumes to how badly that character was written.
Browsette's talking about everyday life for regular people in this recession, excuse me. The brokest of us. Yes, that's our current life while watching The Last of Us. So.
Yeah.
But look, as a female, I look at Kathleen and I say, there's no way it is even remotely believable that the best of the best that's left behind in The Last of Us, this bitch is the one that's the leader of the Raiders. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, it's not believable. Now, she's like, it's one of those things where, at least in episode, in episode 4, the episode starts off with her killing a fucking doctor. Like, bitch, you are not fit to lead. How stupid are you? You kill a doctor, a necessity in a post-apocalyptic world.
Raquel Welch wouldn't have done it. She would do a great job.
Yes, I'd actually prefer Raquel Welch, even in her 80s, okay? Because clearly she at least would know better. But yeah, I just don't. I think that she's a fucking idiot. I don't know if you mind talking about spoilers in episode 5.
I mean, it says spoilers in the thing, so yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah. So with episode 5, at the end of episode 4, we meet Sam and Henry. TJ and Oz, how do you feel about Sam and Henry in general? Like, what are your thoughts on their portrayal in the?
You mean in the show, or just like
in the show?
In the
you
show,
can compare it to the game if you want to. That's completely fine.
I think I actually prefer this version of them in the show than I did in the game.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I actually agree. I actually really like them in the show a bit more than the game, and how their story plays out. I think in the show is a bit more memorable to me than in the game.
They fleshed out a lot of like Henry. We had it was given to us like why he's doing what he's doing, but the fact that they were able to flesh it out and give him more depth to his character, I say that like. Hey.
Oh my God, Alex Thurston!
What?
Oh no! You have to pick one.
I don't even know if I want to answer that question.
At least there was love in Bills.
Pause.
You know what? Love in Bills.
Yeah. I don't have a.
I mean, I can at least support the fact that Abby is a very fit woman, as opposed to Bill being a very fat man. So.
Yeah, I don't want to see like two hairy men going at it. Like, no,
I'm good.
Man.
No, I'm good.
No, I'm good, man.
I'm gonna cry on the piano and go take a shower.
Yeah,
go
take a shower.
While you're at it too.
You filthy whore.
Just like your mother.
Just like your mother.
Your mother.
Just like your
mother. I love that shit.
What's the worst sex scene? Abby's sex scene in The Last of Us Part 2, or Bill's sex scene in The Last of Us TV show?
Bitch, he's sleeping.
Who that?
So in The Last of Us TV show, basically for like an hour straight, just Bill and Frank were getting it on in episode 3 of The Last of Us. What's worse, Abby's sex scene or Bill's sex scene?
Oh damn!
You didn't even see the show.
I didn't see that. I'm just gonna have to go with the TV show, and I didn't even see that.
You don't want to see it, trust me.
I don't
want to see two bearded, hairy men going at it.
It's a weird, episode of The Odd Couple. Okay, you don't want to see that.
Wow.
See what I did there?
You know what?
Is that supposed to be one of the better episodes?
No, it's actually the worst one. And and how we can determine that is because all like the people that aren't fans of the actual video game got from under their rocks and whatever, like roaches, to come and defend the show, that episode in particular.
It's horrible.
So that's how you know that it's one of, if not the worst episode thus far. And the reason why I personally say that is because that episode was almost entirely filler. It just they tell this backstory to Bill, which is the dude that had Bill's Town. He's basically like the maniac that is obsessed with
prepping.
Post-apocalyptic shit, the anti-government guy. He's kind of a kook. He has like a back and forth with Ellie. I don't know if you remember, but so basically they end up telling all this backstory for Bill just to kill him off before he even meets Ellie. So it's like, what was the point of an hour of this bullshit, this romance, just to end up killing him off before he even is pushed into the main storyline? It made no sense to me. And if you bring that up, automatically you're labeled as a bigot. So it's like, whatever. You can't have genuine conversations with these people.
Didn't he stay alive in the game?
Yep.
Yeah, he did. He lived.
He did.
Yep. And the crazy thing is,
we're not into, but they reference him, right?
I can't remember.
No, so what happens is Frank was dead at that point.
Yeah.
And the reason, and we get more, so it's up to you as the player to actually explore. So when you explore, there's a note, and you find out that Bill and Frank had a fight, and then you see that they had a fight. Bill gets bitten in the process of like going out doing whatever he was doing, and then once he knows that he's sick, he goes and hangs himself. And then like when you go and explore, you see his body hanging in one of the houses.
Yeah.
Bro, Zitz is remember trying to ban Abby's sex scene because they thought it was too men.
Bruh, damn.
It was.
The worst parent said apparently a beard gets tangled when you're sweaty. It would be funny. It'd be funny as hell. Like, it would be redeeming, a sex scene in episode 3 if their beards did end up getting tangled and then you just ended up falling on the floor just struggling. In more ways than one.
Oh my god.
Which beard?
Oh my.
Oh.
Oh my. I'm sure they both have 2 carpets.
Bonded by beards.
Yo, remember in Dexter's Laboratory when he teamed up with what was his name? Was it Action? It was something where it was the episode where Dexter grew the beard.
Oh, he had the beard.
And they put their beards together and they clotheslined it.
No, that's hilarious.
It was like the dude in that episode, he looked like Idris Elba.
Man.
Yeah.
He was a badass. I actually really like that character. I need to go rewatch Dexter's Lab. It's on HBO. I watched the first episode and I didn't continue, but I was meaning to. It wasn't because I didn't enjoy it. But better times, man. Better entertainment. Now we have to deal with filler because we want to put sex scenes and all this shit. So we have to deal with hours worth of filler at a time now. But in episode 4 and 5, they introduced Sam and Henry. I really love their characters. I think they did such a great job with those characters. And the way like their story plays out, like I think was genuinely more heartfelt in the show than even in the video game. Because Sam gets bit and he shows Ellie, and like they kind of, him and Ellie just have like this really heartfelt moment where she kind of just tells him like, my blood heals. And she like cuts herself and rubs it on him to kind of just put him at ease. And even though it isn't going to do anything, it's not like they've done anything with her blood to turn into a cure by any means. But just to kind of put him at ease and be like, yeah, you're going to feel better in the morning sort of deal. Obviously, he doesn't. He turns into one. And Henry ends up having to shoot his own brother. And just the way they played that out, like, honestly, I almost cried. Like, I was really close. Like, it's hard to get me to cry. And the fact that they got me, like, right there, it was really fucked up. And then Henry ends up, you know, and yeah, it's fucked up. But I think that go for it, Oz.
The best part was that zombie scene was fucking awesome.
Yes.
Beautiful. And when I heard that fucking noise, I called it, oh, it's a fucking bloater. Finally get a bloater. He fucking comes out and he was beautiful. Fucking awesome.
They look just like Oz. They modeled after you.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm proud. 100% proud. I wish how those fucking zombies keep up out of the fucking ground. I wish it was like that in the game because that was fucking fierce and dude, it was beautiful. Beautiful scene.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The fact that I'm actually upset that the game didn't have that moment in it for us to be able to experience, but the show did. It's like a bittersweet thing, but the fact that it was in the show, that scene was so crazy. Watching it play out, like dude got his head ripped off by the bloater. I said,
yo,
the amount of times that everybody has died to when the bloater comes after Joel and like you see his head get ripped off, but you don't see it fully happen because the screen goes black. The fact that it happened to that dude and you just see the head just clean off his neck, like, whoo.
And you saw everything. Not only that, only zombies going fucking crazy. It's just pandemonium, chaos, and destruction down there, right? And not only that, you got fucking Joel up there being a fucking G, a certified G, fucking just sniping bitches off like nothing. That was beautiful, beautiful.
So that episode, they put in that sniper thing where you had, like, playing as Joel, you had to make your way up to the sniper to take him out. So the way they played that out, I thought was pretty damn good.
Fucking sick, dude. Oh my god, it was an awesome scene.
Yeah, I think that
first time
episode 5
it felt scary.
Yeah, it felt like there was a lot at stake. Like, you're at the edge, you see, like, what's gonna happen. Like, despite, like, you know, having played the video game, I think that's a testament to that episode. I think that this episode 5, was the perfect balance of both action and heartfelt storytelling. Like, if every episode was like aiming to be like this episode, we'd have like practically a 10 out of 10 series. Unfortunately, I feel like personally, this show has been very inconsistent. Like, the first episode I think is great. Second episode, okay. Third episode, garbage. Fourth episode, I don't even want to say it's okay. It just felt like a waste of time. But that fifth episode is just as good to me as the first episode was.
It was a good bookend. A little better. The first episode was really good. Like, it was really good. But the bookend, that was 5. That was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Shit really got. Oh man. I hope that more of the series is like that episode. That needs to be what you're aiming for, in my personal opinion. Sink, you gotta watch it tonight, bro. Like, you really
dude, watch that shit.
Sam and I are watching it together, so we'll probably have to watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, tell her to get off Hogwarts, damn it.
She's playing 49 hours and she works.
Stop her. Dang. That's crazy. Wow. She has abandoned you and the pup.
Yeah, like, she's usually in bed by like 6:30. She was up until like 8:30.
Damn. This is her life now.
Yeah, she bought an Xbox just for it when I told her she wasn't gonna be able to get it till April because she had the old Xbox.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh no." She went out and bought an Xbox.
You've made a critical mistake, sir. I must play Hogwarts, damn it.
And I'm not playing it when it releases. I'm gonna play it early. Fact.
Damn, she ain't playing. That's what's up, bro. I mean, that's great that there's something for us to enjoy out here. I feel like a lot of games have been kind of on the bland side. Get our hopes up, and then game just ends up kind of being a disappointment. That's how Bayonetta 3 was for me. I was waiting for that game for very, very long. That game was in development hell. Comes out. I hate it.
You didn't mention the Origins game that was in Nintendo
That
Direct.
to me doesn't exist.
I figured.
What do I give a fuck about that? That Origins game, it's like you have the Bayonetta community, very small niche community, but they're dedicated fans. This game, you're asking a small niche community to play. A portion of the already portion of the gaming community may buy it. I have zero interest. I want hacking, skin and slashing, and Bayonetta saying all this slick shit. That's what I want.
You see the Metal Gear Rising is potentially coming out, the second one?
Really?
Steven mentioned it to me, and I just looked it up. And it's being rumored.
Interesting. Okay, that's cool. If that's the case, Sod Viper is going to be very, very happy.
It was teased by the Raiden voice actor. Yeah.
It's teased by who?
The voice actor that plays Raiden.
Ooh, that's what's up. I mean, I hope. Yep. I know that there's a pretty strong, I guess Metal Gear Rising is kind of regarded as a cult classic, right?
I think it's a pretty damn good game. It's better than some of the, mainstream Metal Gears.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're willing to accept it's different from the main series, like a lot of people seem to love it. So that's cool, man. I hope that fans do get it. Oh man, Ironman's asking if I got a Steam Deck. Not yet, sir. I will be getting one sometime in the future. I actually chose to get an Analog Pocket over a Steam Deck, and I don't regret it. I love my Analog Pocket. I've actually I didn't even mention the shit I was playing on my Analog Pocket. I've been playing Pokemon Sapphire on my Analog Pocket.
Really?
Amazing. Yes, it's
How
very
does the
nice.
Analog Pocket work?
It literally, you can put emulators on it if you want to, but the selling point is you can put in your Game Boy cartridge, your GBA cartridge, and it plays it natively. They also have like adapters for like other handheld devices, like the Neo Geo Pocket, stuff like that. So if you're like big into physical collecting,
do they have one for Game Gear too?
I believe so. Yeah, they have like a slot, like an extension. They have an extension that you can connect to it, and then you can plug in the cartridge.
This dude is dumb, dude.
It's Oz. He's the most juvenile delinquent. I mean,
he is not a juvenile.
maybe
by how he acts,
mentally.
It's hard. Yes, mentally juvenile. The worst. Words of Paradise. I've never played a Metal Gear game, but I hate boner for Kojima. I know he isn't involved anymore, but I'm so just do it. Just do it, man. Just play it.
Chill out.
Platinum Games made that, right?
Yeah. So I mean, shit. Might as well try Metal Gear Rising. It isn't a Kojima game. But yeah, guys, anything you want to add to The Last of Us? So, what are your thoughts about the last 2 episodes you saw?
No, episode 5 was great. If they keep on track with that, and it's not even that I want like action scenes every episode, just keep it to that level of pacing as well as writing, and you'll be fine.
So let me ask you this. So what if like they were to change? All right, so we know what's gonna like happen next, right? But like, what if they were to tweak some things to kind of make it new and fresh? Would you be okay with that?
I don't mind it. There's been some changes that I think are better than the game. It's just that like, why are you doing this? If you're doing it just because, it's not to make the story better, but it's for this other agenda. Like,
well, I'm not saying for an agenda. I'm just saying, like, let's say they make another plot point or something to mix it up.
As long as it falls, as long as it just doesn't end up being just straight up filler. Sure. Like, it has to fall into the mainline story in some way, shape, or form.
Well, they have to go over something to cover the time skip for Ellie, what happens in the meantime after Joel gets hurt. So they're going to have to come up with something for that.
Oh, yeah, it gets hurt. I know the whole cult fucking shit with the cult leader.
Yeah, you're talking about, man, what is his name? Anyway, yeah, for them to do that, that'll be interesting.
I just want to say that I shove a lot of things into the analog slot. I'm just saying.
There's many adapters and accessories for the slot.
And I-Man says Oz was raised by hyenas. I believe it. I definitely believe it.
No, let's abuse the butthead, sir, but okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, I never watched Beavis and Butthead, but I watched like the most recent movie they dropped, and I'm like, oh, now I understand why Ozzknot is as fucking retarded as he is. He is literally he was raised and he became Beavis and Butthead.
That's right. I'm
You're
proud.
both of them fused together. So.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. It's a lot.
Cassie be like, Analog got that cake. Yes, the way I hold my analog. But I love it. It's a great handheld. I played Analog Pocket almost every day. Like, it's genuinely fun. It has a sleep wake button. You just have to click it. Yes. It's ready for me whenever.
What else you put into your pocket? The vibrates.
Goofy bitch. Anyway, I think it's time to draw this to an ending. Close. Okay, we've done enough damage here. Okay. I don't know if you have anything to promote, but if you do, you're welcome to. Or if you'd like to have any final thoughts to the chat, you're also welcome to do that.
Sure, I appreciate you having me on.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
If you ever want to come on again, all you have to do is ask or just even join. I just throw the link into the Discord. But
all right.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. You're definitely a great addition to the podcast. It was really fun having you. And you have a lot of great things, like, great insight. Like, it's good. Oz is the idiot. TJ is TJ, he's definitely insightful as well. But you and TJ definitely have differing opinions, even though you kind of like the same thing. So it's cool to definitely. I don't want this to just be a group where everyone just agrees on everything.
Sure. Sure.
So that's cool. It's really great having you, and I hope that everyone in the chat liked you. They're gonna say hateful things. That's just how my chat. No, they're gonna say you're trash. Get them out of here. Fuck it. Nah. Oh, my chat is awesome. I love you guys.
No, I'll definitely be back if you have me on. So.
Hell yeah. No, we have to leave. I'm scared, but we're gonna leave what Oz has to say for last. TJ, anything to promote that new YouTube channel I heard you're working on, or any final thoughts to the chat?
Yeah.
Famous last words.
No,
YouTube.
No YouTube channel still.
We're trying, folks.
No, this was a really good episode. I was initially I was like, I don't know if I want to do the show, but ultimately, like, today was a great show. So that's and shout out to Sync for popping up. Sure. I will say that I'm gonna play Doom, see how that is, because everybody gives praises to that game, so I'm gonna give
especially the first one, amazing.
Doom. So I will say this: like, Doom on console versus PC is two totally different experiences. It's great on the console, even on a controller, but it's a whole other ball game on mouse and keyboard. It is amazing on PC.
I still gotta be Eternal.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I do have the sequel, so I can play both back to back.
Oh, nice! Ripping your hair, baby.
I'll play Doom until I get to Tuesday when Like a Dragon Ishin comes out. So that'll be what's next.
I played the demo for it. The
demo did come out today. So for anybody that wants to play the demo for Like a Dragon, it's on all platforms. Well, except for the Switch, obviously, but it's everywhere.
I'm afraid to ask, but Oz, do you have any final thoughts to say to the chat? Any famous last words? Please don't flush your toilet this time.
We gotta get. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna start it now. We gotta get eliminated on for one episode. One episode.
No.
Just one episode. One eliminated on. Deliver King.
No. Hell no.
Come on. This one.
Kang.
Come on.
He loves us so much, man. I ain't even see him in the chat.
Oh, we need to talk about. We need to
No,
have a
he
talk.
did pop up in the chat. I did see him. Earlier.
Did he?
Yeah, he was.
We need to talk about heavy set white women. That's what we need to talk about.
I have like a subcategory to my YouTube channel that doesn't include me.
You know, heavy set white women.
About women.
Yeah, we need or we need to have him possess his level on the internet for Leon Kevney.
Oh yes. Lemonade is I'm convinced Lemonade's in love with Leon Kennedy, but
that's his man.
He doesn't want to admit to it. It's fine, I understand.
That's his man.
Whenever he's ready to just outright profess his ever dying love
or Blake, or even
that too.
Yeah,
that
forever love and admiration for Blake as well. I do want to thank Blake for coming through. I think maybe he had a bit of technical difficulties, but he popped in whenever he could. And I appreciate him for coming through. It's cool to have all of the homies, like I don't want to say all the homies, but like a good amount of the homies from the OG PS4 crew come through. Guys, if you haven't, drop a like. Really helps the channel. I always got something going on this weekend, this Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm gonna watch Ghostbusters for the first time.
Finally!
Yes, we're gonna watch that on stream. So if you guys wanna, come through, pull out your VHS, your DVD, your Blu-ray, your 4K Blu-ray, and watch along with me and make fun of me for not having ever watched it before, you're more than welcome to. That's always fun. Probably I do want to stream more Hogwarts Legacy. That is what I've been planning to do. I've been busy. Like, I always give myself something to do every day. To be like, I'm going to jump on my homie's podcast because he needs someone. Or I'm working on something else. I'm always, like, everywhere. I'm trying to always keep myself busy. So I literally have not a day off in regards to, like, being on someone's podcast or doing my own podcast or doing a live stream. So I'm definitely planning to get back to streaming Hogwarts Legacy. Maybe Saturday. We'll see. But, yeah, guys, I really appreciate everyone that's come through. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, man. We always talking about stuff. You're always free to express your opinions here. I really appreciate everyone that came through. I can't name you all. It's been so many genuinely great people I see all the time. Some people I see once in a while. I always appreciate everyone. Thank you, Words of Paradise, for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate that, man. Totally didn't have to. Otaku the Great, thanks for coming through. I'm Rich Society Lord. Thanks for coming through. I saw Hustle and Motivate earlier. I know that he goes to bed early. Always appreciate him just dropping by. Alex vs. Evil, Browsette. Who else we got? Dobafett, Nuke Dukum. Derpnator. I know that he went to go watch hockey, but I always appreciate him coming through. Neo. There's so many, man. If I didn't mention you, Sailor Mercury, always appreciate Sailor Mercury. Always has interesting things to say. Zero Dozer. Look, there's too many names, man. If I didn't mention you, it's not because, I didn't notice. So many people that support. Thank you guys so much. And, yeah, guys, with all that being said, we're out. Peace.
Later.
All right, man.
Go wash your